Trailblazers and the Mabouya Valley Renegades. And we've just seen over number 1 bowled by Shem Severin, 7 without loss.
Yeah, a really good start by Shem there. He seems to be hitting the right areas there to the Micoud Trailblazers batsmen. Shiv in charge is one of the main batsmen in the Micoud Trailblazers lineup, so the Mabouya Valley Renegades will be definitely looking to get him out, because if he stays in, they could be chasing in excess of 150 here today.
Okay, and I must say that the view fort pitch, or the pitch at the Philip Marsden ground, has been one of the better pitches in the tournament so far.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's played a lot better. We played a few practice games there, and it didn't seem to be the best wicket, but so far in the competition, it has definitely been the best wicket that we've played on.
Yes, and when I introduced Dwight, I introduced him as a former Winner Islands youth player, also national senior team player, and also he's a member of the Nagico South Cashers Lions team, which participated in the tournament. A full 11 drive, a tumbling save by the man at mid-on there. And the bat, it looks like Shulet from here. Magaran, Shulet. Tumbling save to his right at mid-on. But still, batsman able to go through for a single. So I was saying Dwight also was part of the Nagico South Catches Lions team. And Dwight, certainly for your team, a disappointing performance in this year's tournament. Yeah,
it was a very disappointing campaign. We came into this competition looking to win it. Unfortunately, we bowed out without even winning a game. So it's a very unfortunate situation. But we are going to bounce back. We have a final in the 2-day competition, which we are looking forward to make amends.
As we see, Ashbo, and he hits it over the man at mid-on for 4. This one was pitched up from Christian Aj. And Chauvin Charles, as we heard earlier, one of the former batsmen in the tournament and the mainstay of the Trailblazers so far, hits this one over the man at mid-on and down to the boundary for 4. Good shot there from Chauvin Charles.
Yeah, that was a very good shot. Christian Edge over pitching a bit onto the pads there, and Chauvin Charles just stroked that over mid-on for the first boundary of the game. It is. No, it's the second boundary of the game, as a matter of fact.
Yes, and Setaj also medium pacer, also wearing also has won national colours. He's been part of the national senior team setup, I think, for the last 2 years.
Yeah, along with Shem Severin, 2 national pace bowlers there. They are the ones that are in charge of leading this Renegades attack today, and they will be expecting big things from both of these 2 opening bowlers. Hopefully, they could get a few wickets for the Renegades.
And a question has been posed by many a fan, Dwight. They're asking whether there's any relation between the Nagico South Cashers Lions and the St. Lucia Stars team.
No, the only common factor is Johnson Charles being in the lineup.
Yes, as we said, Christian Ash bowling to Charles, and they're going for a quick single. The captain, Craig Emmanuel, had shot mid-wicket. They're not able to prevent the single as they went for quickly. Another run to the total, 13 without loss. So you said the only connection is the fact that Johnson Charles was part of the Stars team.
Yeah, that's the only connection. Unfortunately, we did not win a game, and neither did the Stars. But hopefully next year is going to be a lot better for both of these teams.
Okay, so you're hearing from the horse's mouth, Dwight Thomas of the Nagico South Cashers Lions. A lot was expected of them prior to the start of the tournament. As we break, as Christian Ange bowling to Andy Asibolit short. He's on the back foot and playing this one down into the slip cordon, where Dale Stanio makes a stop. Dale Stanio, also one of the players who have played at the national youth level for St. Lucia. And the score remains on 13 without loss. So we're into the final stages of this year's tournament. I think, Dwight, the tournament has gone on very well so far. Some fantastic crowds.
Yeah, definitely. It's been definitely the best competition to be part of locally.
As bowls on a naughty shot there from Hippolytus, trying to work this one down through the slip cordon, because the third man area is vacant, but only not able to make contact and go through to the wicket keeper, Denzel James. So as we were saying, some fantastic crowds, and we're hoping that that could spur on things for 2018 as bowls again outside the off stump, and Hippolyte shaping to play, but allows it to go through to the keeper Denzel James. No, it's Alex Joseph with the gloves today. Alex Joseph doing glove work today. So at the end of over number 2, it's 13 without loss. The Micoud Trailblazers are taking first knock, and the Mabouya Valley Renegades in the field. So we're talking about the tournament so far. We're into the final stages, and Dwight, not too many big scores, and that probably would have been expected because with the football season on, some of the pitches a little time to get them up and running. But we have had some decent scores so far.
Yeah, well, the competition itself has been a really exciting competition, especially the round in Soufrière. Most of the games went down to maybe the last over. We even had a super over here in Beaufort as well. So it has been a very exciting without any batsman per se lighting up with a big score. But the interest has been there and the crowd support has been fantastic.
Severin bowls to Sherwin Charles on a pass. He tries to work it behind square. Let's see if Empire Cooper, yes, leg bike taken by Empire Cooper. So the score goes up by 1 to 14. The leg by. This one was just about on the leg stump, and Sherwin Charles trying to work it behind square, not making any contact in terms of the bat, but cannon into the pads, and they run through for a single. The Empires for today, it's Roylin Cooper who's at the presiding end, and Balfelmi Donovan at square leg as Seven bowls, and he tries to hit this one back over the bowler's head. He is on the back foot and trying to power it off the back foot, but I think it hit somewhere low on the bat. Dwight was in the air for a bit, but not a chance by any means.
Yeah, he's looking to force that off the back foot. That's probably not the right shot to be playing off that ball. That ball is a bit back of a length, and you should look into it that at least behind square, if anything.
Well, I guess probably he's trusting the pitch quite a bit. As Severin again bowls, so he pull it. This one is short, and he's he played this one in the air. The man in the cover region there can't make him out here. That extra cover there. Probably saw the ball a little late, but he moved a little late and just taking it on the bounce there, Dwight.
Yeah, half chance there. A more agile fielder would have probably gotten there. Once again, the batsman a bit short of a length outside the stump, looking to force it off the back foot, and just a half chance been created there by the Renegades.
Yes, but this one was short, and it was not with any venom of any sort. So the batsman had enough time either to let it go or really play on top of the bounce, probably hit it down. But he was trying to hit it on the rise there, but probably just a little too high, and succeeded in hitting it aerially to short extra cover, where, as you said, a more agile fieldsman probably could have taken that catch, as his Severin again bowled short, and he tries to, he was shaping on the back foot, then moved, transferred the weight onto the front foot and tried to run it down through the slip area, but no connection made through to the wicketkeeper Alex Joseph, and no run. 14 without loss. And Severin trying to work up a bit of steam there, Dwight, although the pitch seems a little on the slow side still.
Yeah, the wicket seems to be quite slow from judging by the 2 short balls that he's bowled so far in the inning.
Severin bowls short again, and this time Hippolyte is behind this one and trying to keep it out of his stumps. And as it was back spinning onto the stumps, and succeeded in keeping it out. So 14 without loss. The crowd, not anything to talk about it yet. I guess everybody's focusing on getting the Sunday lunch out of the way and then heading to the ground for the big one, Dwight.
Yeah, I'm sure Choiseul Craftmasters will be coming out of the Orange Brigade, like they refer to them as later on.
Yes, 7 bowls, and this one he has a mighty swing, and the keeper does not collect cleanly. He's heading down to the third man boundary. They take one. They're coming back for the second as Dale Stanyo and Shadrach Descat, it looks like, they were in pursuit, and they came back for two leg buys. 2 buys. Yes, just unsighted there for a bit. So it brings over number 3 to an end. It's 16 without loss. So a slow start there, Dwight, for the Micoud Trailblazers.
Yeah, it's not for a lack of trying, I would say. The Hippolyte especially has been looking to go after the bowling, but so far he's not been able to connect with them. But it's good bowling so far by Shem and Chris Edge is definitely what the Renegades expect from the two senior opening bowlers.
Yes, the two, as you say, senior opening bowlers in terms of playing for the national senior team. They have bowled a decent line and length, keeping the batsmen quiet. They've had one or two boundaries, but for the better part, they have kept Shervin Charles and Jesse Hippolyte quiet. So it's Christian Ange bowling from the Bruceville end, bowls short, and is it into the air? Will it be caught? No. It goes into the boundary. It's 4 runs. For a moment there, I thought it was a sort of a chance there for the man running around from mid-wicket. We are unsighted, by the way. So the man who was at the on the mid-wicket boundary was not able to run around to the square leg area to make a catch, and it goes into the boundary for 4. So 4 more runs to the total, takes it up to 20 without loss. So a short ball there from Ange. From Chris Ange, and being dispatched by Shervin Charles. Ange again bowls short, and he pulls it around again. It beats the diving Craig Emmanuel at mid-wicket, but the man on the mid-wicket boundary, Wade Hippolyte, picks up and throws back to the at the non-strikers end, where Denzel James, normally behind the stumps, doing keeper duties, is in the outfield today, and something that we're seeing is a growing trend now, Dwight, where some of the keepers, the regular keepers, are now doing field duties while probably playing 2 keepers.
Yeah, we've seen that happening a lot more now. And one thing I've realized as well, the keepers who normally are in the outfield are very good fielders as well.
Right, yeah. As is Christian Ange again bowling to Andy as Hippolyte bowls, and he's beaten there. This one, Hippolyte was tentatively forward, more or less. He was not too sure of what should have been done there. The edge beaten and taken by keeper Alex Joseph, and an appeal went up, but umpire Donovan responded in the negative, not out. And Christian Ange, not a bowler of any pace. He depends solely on the movement, and this one seemed to have moved away a bit.
Yeah, definitely. He's not the quickest around, but one thing he's good at is just putting the ball in the right areas consistently.
As Christian bowls this time, he drives hard down the ground, but there's a man on the long off boundary where he picks up, and he throws it back to the keeper. Looks like Winnell Felix on the long off boundary, and the batsmen go through for an easy single, 22 without loss, and we're into over number 4. As we said, a quiet start here. A lot of people probably doing the as Chris bowls to Shervin Charles, and he plays it into the, oh my God, what a soft dismissal there, Dwight. Short delivery from Christian Ange. Shervin Charles was on the back foot trying to guide it down to third man, and all he ended up doing was guide it into the glove of Alex Joseph.
Yeah, a bit of a short ball there. It seems to have gotten a bit of an extra bound and held up in the pitch a bit, and definitely beat Shervin Charles for a bit of pace. They're a bit of a soft dismissal for such an important batsman for the Trailblazers. But it's a good wicket here for the Renegades. They've gotten the big wicket of Shervin Charles. Yes,
definitely a big fish caught in the net there. Again, a short delivery, and Shervin Charles, probably there was enough time for him to, instead of guide it, he probably should have tried to spunk it through the cover point region, but he tried to guide it down to the slip cordon, down to the vacant third man area, but he probably was trying to guide it too fine, and at the end of the day just guided it straight into the glove of Alex Joseph, who said, "Thank you very much, I'll take that any day."
Yeah, I've realized from the few short balls Chris said and Jas ball as well as Shem Severin, the Trailblazers have not made use of that. There's a reluctance to actually pull the ball and hit the ball over the boundary, because these balls are short and they're actually crying out for somebody for a hit for 6, and they're not doing it. So maybe the pull shot is not something that they're good at.
Okay. Well, the new batsman in is Gavin Serrier Jr. And Gavin Serrier Jr. recently was on tour with the West Indies under 16s. So he'll be facing up to Chris Ange, who just picked up the wicket of Shervin Charles. He's bowling over the wicket to Serrier, and he's coming forward. They're uncertain about it. Coming forward and off the outside edge, he guides it into the slip cordon. No run. So the end of the fourth over. 22 for 1. Wicket of Shervin Charles. Just gone caught wicketkeeper Alex Joseph of the bowling of Christian Aj. For 15. 15. So Dwight, two communities pretty close. Denry Mabouya, the Mabouya Renegade made up of the Denry Mabouya players and the Micoud Trailblazers, Micoud Monipo. So two very close communities, a battle of the East Coast, if we could call it that.
Yeah, it might be a third place playoff, but I'm sure there's bragging rights at stake here today. Two very close communities. Most of these players know each other and have played against each other in the Monipo League itself. Right. So they would be definitely looking to win the bragging rights today, as well as the third place trophy.
Yeah, Monipo League and as well as the Mabouya Valley League as well. So it's Shem Seven bustling from the road end, bowling to Hippolyte, and Hippolyte try again, and not his shot. He was coming onto the front foot and then trying to run this one down to third man. A naughty shot. As we recall, Shervin Charles getting out to a similar shot in the over before.
Yeah, this is the shot you would call a nothing shot. The most he could do is probably edge out to the keeper or to the first slip who's actually in place.
Right. But I guess they're eyeing the position, vacant third man. So if they could work it through there, the 4 runs for the asking. As the Shem 7 bowls to Hippolyte. He goes for a big hit there, and he's caught by Denzel James at extra cover. This one seemed to be a little slower there, and Hippolyte have been trying to take the attack of the bowlers, hit probably a little low on the bat, and being caught at short extra cover by Denzel James.
Yeah, another really soft dismissal. A really good length ball from Shem Severin, sorry, and he's looking to hit that over the top. The wicket seems to be holding quite a bit, so playing these shots might not be the best thing to do right now. Maybe a few overs when the sun hits the wicket a bit more, it's going to be a drag. But for now, these shots are very difficult to play on what seems to be a very slow wicket here.
Yes, pretty slow wicket, pretty slow pitch here, and as a batsman, these are some of the assessments you want to make pretty early. Hey, the ball is not coming through. It's not a hard wicket shot. We're not going to be driving through the line. We're going to settle in, work the ball around, wait for the bad deliveries. And we saw both Andy Hippolyte and Shervin Charles getting out to pretty soft dismissals there, where better could have been done in terms of the shots played.
Yeah, on a wicket like that, you pretty much have to wait for the bowler to bowl a rank bat ball, like maybe a few of the short balls, and to capitalize. Hitting over the top is not going to be easy. You'll find yourself hitting the ball to cover and mid-off and mid-on in the air quite easily on a sort of wicket like that.
Okay, so the new batsman is Hazel Shalry. As first ball, he drives into the extra cover region, and well stopped there by the man there, and they pick up a single. Hazel Shalry in the last game batted at 3. But in fact, the previous 2 games batted at 3. Didn't really pay off. So today he has gone 1 down, 1 notch down at 4. But one of the players who can be very aggressive and put bat to ball.
Well, I don't know Hazel Shalry as a batsman, but maybe he's been sent in as a pinch hitter here today to try and get the job done.
Well, it's Shem Seven bowling to Gavin Syria Jr., and he's pushing forward and beaten there. He was not too sure of this delivery there. He was searching there, pushing forward, and just hoping that he'd have connected. Ball came back, just a trifle, and just beating the outside edge.
Yeah, once again, Gavin Syria went onto the front foot looking to defend that, but once again, he was in position long before the ball actually came through. I'm not too sure whether it was a slower ball or once again, maybe the ball just held up in the wicket a bit.
Okay. So it's Shem Severin bowling from the road end or the airport end, bowling to Serie, and he drives into the extra ground. That's gone for 4. That was a lovely drive there by Serie Jr. And that's what we're saying, Dwight. You if you're patient, you wait for those balls so to pitch on the right length. This one was just about over pitch there, and Serie just driving through the covers. Lovely shot all along the ground for 4.
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot. Shem Severin over
Stump, and Seri was hitting through the line there over the man at long off for 6.
Syria seems to be looking to capitalize on what should be probably the last over of one of the power plays. Another really good shot here from the youngsters, straight over long off for 6.
Yes, so it's Setaj again. Chris Ange, sorry, bowling to Seri, and this one is on the stump this time, on the money as we would say, and he plays up along the turf on the onside where looks like Wade Hippolyte just moves around and picks up, no run. So a productive over there for the Renegades. Some 17 runs coming off this over, and that might as well be the most expensive over for the day so far.
Yeah, definitely the most expensive over for the day. The Trailblazers is recovering nicely from losing 2 early wickets. The young Syria has come in with some really good positive intent, and he's been finding the boundaries quite willingly.
Yes, and just to update listeners, last night we had the Black Hat tournament on at both the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground, and we know that Marsha and Canaries played a 1-all draw, and Canaries coming out victors in the penalty shootout, and View Fort South, the defending champions, defeating of the highly talked about Grosley team, winning 2-0 over the Grosley team. Right, so the big final scheduled for next weekend. It'll be between the defending champions View Fort South and Canaries. Always a interesting tussle, and I'm sure a lot of persons want to know Dwight yesterday from the EPL, Manchester United putting 4 past the opponents again.
Yeah, Manchester United definitely the team to beat this season. We're making it a habit of scoring 4 and not conceding as well.
Right, and any news on the City, our noisy neighbors? How did they fare yesterday?
They won 1-0.
Okay, as we see the bowler there, Lennis Morris, bowling to Hazel Shallery, and this one just about on the off stump. And Lennis Morris, another one of the slow medium pacers. Thanks. And this one just about the off stump, and Hazel Shallery just beaten there and taken by keeper Alex Joseph. So it's Lennis Morris. He's bowling from the road end or the Uronoro International Airport end, and he'll be bowling to Seria. And this one, he hits this one. He's going to be caught on the boundary. Yes, he is. And an easy catch by who's that? Shem Severin. So Hazel Shallery. It was a ball just pitched up on the off stump, and all he did, I thought Dwight, was he just held it to the man on the cover boundary.
Yeah, there was no power in that shot. The ball was right up under the bat. He played the right shot, but he should have looked to hit it a lot harder than he did. Just giving a simple chance there to Shem Severin. Once again, another soft dismissal by the Trailblazer batsman.
Well, maybe looking at the replay there, probably the ball just stopping a bit on Hazel Shallery, trying to hit it more like flat batted through the offside, and maybe just stopping a bit, and a bit of the outside edge of the bat taken and lobbing up to Shem Severin. And we must also remind the square boundaries are not the longest; they are very short square boundaries.
Yeah, but it's definitely something Shallery should have realized by now. The ball is not coming fetch. It's a bit quite slow, and it just holds up a bit. So he should have figured that and maybe look to just hit that along the ground instead of looking to hit it in the air.
Yeah, but that's the thing. These days, sometimes the game is on and the players are doing other things. As is Lennis Morris, successful bowls to the new batsman there. No, it's the batsman cross, so it's Seria on the striker's end. And he just watches this one carefully onto the bat and plays it out behind point, and he's unable to pick up a single. The score 45 for 3. Morris bowls, and this time he's pushing at this one, taking the bottom out of the bat, but not a chance by any means. Just short of Craig Emmanuel, who's looking around at the short extra cover, and they go for a single. So 46 for 3.
The senior pros should really take a page from the way Gavin Siri has batted so far. He seems to be playing with very soft hands, and maybe the senior pros should take a page from his book, start playing with a lot softer hands than they have been so far, because they've been going quite hard at the ball.
Right, and we'll have a score for you in a bit as Lennis Morris bowls to this one to the man on the extra cover boundary, Shem Severin, who took a catch earlier on. Single, 47 it is for 3. And currently on is the game between Liverpool and Newcastle. It's 1 apiece. So at this point, the two teams just sharing the points there. As Modest is into Seria and he comes forward, respectfully forward. Of the outside edge it goes. And the man behind point picks up. No run. So 47 for 3. At the end of over number 7, Dwight, 47 for 3.
Not a bad start from the Renegades there. They're maybe just on top, I would say. But it's important for the Trailblazers to get a partnership here. Probably bat on.
In those games, always important. In any game of cricket, partnerships are always important. So they probably will be looking to consolidate and maybe get another partnership going. We're only in the 8th over, so still quite a few overs to go.
Yeah, definitely a young Syria who seems to be batting quite well so far. He's been finding the boundaries as well as been rotating the strike. So it's important that he himself sticks up the mantle and looks to bat through the 20 overs while the senior pros bat around him.
Right, and one of the senior pros we can say is Richard Peter, former national. We can say he represented the senior national. As a bowling change from the far end as Richard Shulet, McGarren Shulet, bowling from the Bruceville end. First ball in the block hole and Richard Peter digging this one out. And the score remains on 47 for 3. Series on 22. As is Shulet again from Bruceville and bowling to Peter, and he hits this one through mid-wicket. It goes. It's run away down to the boundary. The man at mid-on is chasing back, and they go through for 2. I look like Shadrach Descat. So 2 more runs to the total, and a nice shot played there through the mid-wicket region by Richard Peter.
Yeah, good looking shot there, McGarren Joseph, and 2 easy runs. He's going to be looking to do a lot more of that for his team. It's important that he stays in, and as well as the Serie. To get the team to a total of at least 150, which should be a decent total here today.
Yes, I think 150 on this wicket is certainly a pass score. It'll be interesting to note. Maybe we can get it from the scorers, what has been the highest total here in the tournament so far at the Philip Master Ground as we shoot at bowls. And Peter is after hit this one over through extra cover. It goes 4 runs. McGarren Joseph pitching up this time on the off stump, and Richard Peter was after him. And Craig Emmanuel at extra cover only had to turn around and see it go to the boundary for 4. And the 50 is up of 47 deliveries. The 1-6.
Very good shot there by Peter. A bit uppishly, but he found the gap, which is important.
Yes, the man at extra cover, Craig Emmanuel, could only watch it waiting for 4. Bowls again, one short, tries to turn it off the pads, but not able, just kind of into the pad, and Wade Hippolyte runs in and picks up, no run. So he drove one through mid-wicket, all along the ground, picked up 2. Then he played an exquisite extra cover drive through the offside for 4. So the skipper Craig Emmanuel making some changes there. He sent Wade Hippolyte, who was at mid. Richard Peter on your some area where the captain has just taken himself off from. Picks up a single as Winnell Felix picks up 53 for 3. 53 as Shulet bowling from the Bruceville end. Bowls to Gareth. Just turn this one off the pads, but straight to Shem Severin at short fine. Behind square, and there is no run. So that ends the over, and the score 54 for 3. After some 8 overs.
A bit on the slow side. They seem to be going at a decent enough strike. Definitely they're going to be looking to get up a 150. I think if you get up a 150 on our wicket, that should be a bowling lineup.
Okay, so it's Lennis Modest running away, bowling to Peter, and he goes for this one, a big hit off the edge. It goes, it's going down to third man, and they run in for 2. So this one was pitched up outside your stump, and maybe just moving away a bit, and Richard Peter having a big heave at this one, coming off the outside edge, going fly over the man at more wideish short third man, and picking up 2 runs.
Once again, we see another uppish drive. Once again, the wicket is holding back, so a lot of the shots are going, finding themselves going in the air.
So Lennis Morris again, he just want to hit it off the pads, square leg, where the man on the behind square runs in and picks up, and they go for a single, taking the score to 57 for 3. And Morris again, gentle medium, and just wondering whether the Renegades probably thinking of bringing in maybe one of the part-time spinners. As it's Modest bowling to Serrier, and he comes forward. The bowler fields and then throws it to his man at mid-on, Winnell Felix. There was some shining of the ball. 57 for 3. So seems like the Renegades are just packed with medium pacers, Dwight.
Yeah, they seem to have a lot of medium paces. We've not even seen Craig Emmanuel or even Sajak Descartes, who also build medium pace as well.
Okay, so it's Lennis Morris bowled, and this one he hits. That's gone for 6. That's 6 more. This one again, Modest, gentle medium pacers pitching up, and Seri trying to launch it. He's trying to launch it a lot squarer, but it went wide of the man at long on, over the boundary, way over the boundary for 6.
Yeah, for the first time, Siri looking to go over the leg side, and he did that quite confidently, over pitching there, Modest, and Siri just hit that over wide long on for a big 6, and once again he seems to be hitting the ball quite well.
Yes, he seems to be. He looks a different player today compared to the other innings where he batted. As Modest is running away, bowling to Siri. This time he's forward and just works it into the onside and scamper off for a single. The bowler having to do the work in the end, picks up. So, single. Taking the score on to 64 for 3. Micoud Trailblazers batting at this time as Lennis Morris bowling to Richard Peter, and he's beaten outside the off stump. This one just touched down about the off stump and moved further away. Richard Peter was pushing at this one, and luckily not getting an edge there.
Yeah, very good ball by Modest, on a good length just outside the off stump. Just beating the bat of Peter there, and he ended the over really well after going for a few runs in the first 5 deliveries. It looks like it's going to be a bowling change, and as you've called it, and then comes a spinner.
Yes, we're seeing Dale Stanio. Dale Stanio taking it up from the Bruceville end, or the Molar Chic end. Dale Stanio, better known for his batting ability. So the first sign of spin. And we're just seeing Shanro just trying to cause a little distraction in the commentary booth there, waving her Shozel Craft Masters flag, but unfortunately she might different flag later. So it's the first sign of spin, Dwight. Dale Stanio.
Yeah, but something I've realized in the tournament, a few teams has been very reluctant to bowl their spinners. With the exception of Craft Masters, the other teams to be quite reluctant to bowl their spinners. So I'm quite happy, and he's already getting a ball, so that's good.
Well, I think you probably didn't want to hit the nail on the head there, but I think the Nautical South Catchers Lions suffered quite a bit with that. Only used the spinner in one game. As Dale Stanio is in, bowls to Serie, he's back and pushes one out into the cover region. And we noticed in Soufre every time the spinners came on, that something happened.
Yeah, definitely. In 2020, spinners tend to take the most wickets, and especially on these wickets, the wickets actually turn in Soufre and here as well.
As this was a full one from uh, Sanyo, and Seria should have done a little better with that. Was able to hit it to the left of the man at extra cover there with Modest, but and Modest also should have done a little better there, just straight to him, but the batsman still able to get a single. As another good ball outside your stump there, and Richard Peter was pushing and missing, and I'm sure, Dwight, if Richard Peter misses another one or two deliveries, he's going to have a go.
Yeah, that's our Caribbean batsman, especially for an off spinner coming into his pads. He's definitely going to be looking to have a go at some point.
And he has a gun, as we just said. This one is hit down to long off. Picks up a single. 66 for 3. As bowls again, and this one works into the onside. There's nobody close on the onside. And an easy single. 67 for 3. So there's Sanyo just keeping things quiet. Peter bowls. Peter down. We're gonna hit it down to the man at Dwight. Good tidy over there from Dale Stanyo. Dale Stanyo, although bowls regularly for his Mabouya district in the two-day competition, we could probably call him a part-time bowler.
Yeah, he's a bit of a part-time bowler. Like you said earlier,
maybe the skipper can would have seen that first over, but then who else could he turn to in terms of
just bowled. Sajak Deskat hasn't bowled either.
Square leg probably hit high up on the bat, but it went straight to the fieldsman there at behind square, who had to come just a couple paces and took an easy catch.
Peter would be on the deep square leg boundary. On another day, he would probably hit that way over the stands.
Yes, but I think probably he's looking to hit that a little too hard there, Dwight.
Yeah, maybe he's guilty of looking to hit it a bit too hard. And once again, due to the fact that the ball is not quite coming on, it's much better to actually look to time those balls than to actually hit the cover of these balls.
Right. So his timing was not. His timing was a bit off there. Probably if you'd look to just time it, split the ball in the middle, and as a result, losing his wicket. Arsenal, for the Arsenal fans, Arsenal 2-0 up against Brighton, and the finish, Arsenal winning 2-0, and Burnley defeating Everton 1, and Newcastle 1-all. So these were your scores. Shulet, this one making some height there and hitting him on the maybe just above the fizz. So Dwight, probably you can describe to us what happened there. A bit distracted there. One from Shulet.
That one is just getting a bit of extra bounce. He's looking to, I think, force that through the offside. But it looked like it came back in slightly and just bounced a bit and hit him right onto the finger. He seems to be in quite a bit of strife out there.
Yes, I'll be just getting a view of him there. So the players are still around young Serie. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Yes. And the medical staff is just trying to make their way onto the ground. So I think all is okay. The physio is coming off, and also the 12th man. So Series seems to be okay. He's now putting his gloves back on. Just a short word there from the medical first aiders out there, who found their way onto the ground. They're now heading back up. So it's 60. 69 for 4. 69 for 4. And the series seems to be okay. They called for the magic spray. And it's Shulet again to Serie. He drives this one in the air, but there's no fieldsman close enough to take that. It goes down to the man at long off, who runs in a couple paces inside the 30-yard area and picks up. So single to Serie takes him on to 32, and it's gone to 70 for 4. So Dwight, are you still figuring that the Trailblazers can get up to 150?
They still got the chance. What is important is that Serie actually bats through the innings, and the other players bat around him.
And this one is going to be caught by Phil. Yes, he's caught. Caught there by the man. That's Winnell Felix coming off the long on boundary. And it's Lesmore. Lesmore going first ball. He tried to heave this one somewhere over mid wicket, but only succeeded in finding the man at long on, Winnell Felix.
Yeah, Modest just going out there looking to hit that one for 6, finding the man at long on. And once again, Series the one not out. It's important that someone actually stays out there with him, and hopefully look like Cyril Charles is the new batsman. Hopefully he stays around. He's been around for a while, and maybe he stays around with the youngster.
Yes, Cyril Charles, a veteran at that level, has played for the senior and junior nationals, also represented the Windward's youth team. So he represented police. So he would know a thing or two about T20 cricket. So Serie is back on strike, and Shulet has taken 2 wickets so far. As he bowls, Serie is forward and pushes into the onside, looking for the single. But he should know that Cyril Charles is no spring chicken anymore. Maybe Dwight, you would have probably gotten 2 runs there.
I probably should have been a single. I know Cyril Charles is not as young as he used to be, but if you're backing up, that should be an easy single.
Lose a run than to lose a wicket.
Yeah, it's important that these two stay in. So it's not a bad end result. They're both in. They both have an opportunity to get some runs here for the team, which they badly need.
Right. So it's 70 for 5. 2 wickets going on in that last over from Shulet. So Dale Smith and Dale Stanyu and Shulet kind of stemming the flow a bit now.
And Dale will be quite happy to be bowling to a left-hander. I think every off-spinner loves bowling to a left-hander, so he might enjoy that little battle.
Right. And it's only 11 overs, right? So a whole lot of 9 overs still to go.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time left in the game, and you have a not-out batsman in Serie who's been there for 25 deliveries. He's got 32. So they've got one set batsman, so they could definitely push to the 150. It's still a possibility. Gary Baffray he's a decent hitter of the cricket ball. Cyril Charles as well. He's done it. He did it earlier against Najiko South Castries Lions earlier. So he could definitely get a few quick runs for his team here.
So it's Stanyu bowling to Charles, and he drives one hard down to long on. Single. Takes us down to 71, and we see Shanro continues to distract in the far side of the box. The second game is somewhere around 5 o'clock, but Shanro is already doing some cheerleading for the Craft Masters.
I'm sure the Craft Masters fans will be coming out in large numbers, but I have a feeling they're going to be disappointed this evening.
Well, I wouldn't want to call it at this point in time. So it's Dale Stanyu. He'll be bowling to Serie. This one is back cutting it there through the vacant area there. The man at third man, Denzel James, really struggling to get back there. Picks up and they come back for 2. So Denzel James not the quickest on the field. Dwight.
Nah, he's not the quickest on the field. Normally he's behind the with the gloves on behind the wicket, so it's maybe not something that he's used to.
Stanio to Serie Jr. He's back and across and plays it back along the track where the bowler Stanio does the fielding. 73 for 5 as Stanio bowls and he tries to hit this, and that's gone for 6. That one hit over long off for 6. So Stanio was tossing this one up outside the off stump, and Serie was after him and hit this one high over long off for 6.
Yeah, be given a bit too much air there by Dale. He should be looking to bowl a lot flatter, especially to Serie, who's been in for 20 odd deliveries and is striking the ball quite well. I think anytime he gets a single now, that would be a win for the bowler.
So it's Stanio bowls, and he's after him again, this time down to long off, and it beats the man at long off and goes into the boundary for 4. So it's 83 for 5. 83 for 5, and Stanio again maybe just a little too much room there, Dwight, allowing the batsman to freeze arms there.
Yeah, he's giving it a bit too much air and a bit too wide as well. He needs to be looking to bowl a lot shorter than that and maybe a bit quicker as well.
Stanio again, this one short, and he played this time a good stop there by Denzel James. It had gone past him, they would have probably gotten 2 runs there.
And that was a much better length by Dale, a lot shorter on this occasion, and he looked to hit that through the offside.
Right, so it's 83 for 5, and Serie was been batting for a while. He's on 44, and Shanro again is in the vicinity. Maybe somebody can let her know it's the Renegades. So it's 83 for 5 in after over number 12. So still some 8 overs to go, some 48 legal deliveries still to go, Dwight.
Yeah, lots of overs left in the game. We have a change of bowling. Craig Emmanuel is going to be taking up the attack. But with 8 overs left in the game, Micoud Trailblazers will be looking to get maybe another 9 runs and over for the next 8 overs. Hopefully get them to 140, 150. And like I said, on that wicket, that should be a competitive total.
Well, if the wickets continue to tumble,
but he should get to 150 because he's been hitting the ball, striking the ball quite well. Not only has he 44 runs, but he's gotten them in quite quick time as well. Only 30 deliveries for his 44. So he's been hitting the ball quite well, and he's been playing intelligently as well as getting the boundaries. He's been able to rotate the strike, which is quite as important.
Right. So with him is the veteran Cyril Charles. I know anytime we say Cyril Charles, we remember the Stanford T20 where he was deposited in the swimming pool at the Stanford ground. As this one from Craig Emmanuel is wide, and Emmanuel has a little look at umpire Roland Cooper, and Roland Cooper is almost a dwarf next to Craig Emmanuel. So first delivery wide, so it goes to score goes to 84. Cyril Charles and Cyril Charles and Craig Emmanuel also from the same area. Ball short, it works under the onside. No body within 30 yards of the batsman on the onside. So easy single. Take the score on to 85 for 5.
Very intelligent play there by the senior pro Cyril Charles. Just playing down into the onside and getting a single and putting the more informed batsman Gavin Serie on strike.
Yeah, and Serie is on 44. And again, they all from the same area of Monrepo, but on different teams. As it's Cyril, it's Craig Emmanuel bowling to Serie, short, and he is well played in the end. He was on top of it and just played it down in front of him and trying to get a single, but Denzel James was in quickly and preventing a single.
Yeah, well played by the youngster. I'm sure he's going to be thinking that he probably missed out on an opportunity to maybe get a single there because there's a big gap between backward point and extra cover, but very well played in the end.
Yeah, so it's Craig Emmanuel running away from the road end, bowling to Serie, and foolish delivery, and it drives up to The man coming off the mid wicket boundary for a single, foolish delivery, hit low down on the bat. So one more run to his total, 86 for 5. I don't have to tell you our scorers today: Junior DeRose and Ashlyn Edward. As it's Craig Emmanuel on top of his mark now, running into bowl to Cyril Charles this time. Left-handed Cyril Charles, and he hits it in the air. He's going to be caught. Oh, it's through the hands of the man there at long on for 6, and that is Shem Severin, who took an easy catch earlier on, but this one a lot easier, and it went through the hands of Severin. 6. And Captain Craig Emmanuel is not going to be a happy man.
Yeah, he's going to be quite disappointed. That was a very easy catch being dropped by a senior pro, Shem Severin. It turns out we're playing during the day, so he has no real excuse as to why he should drop such an easy chance.
Well, I'm seeing emotion, and he said, it seemed to be suggesting that he was not quite sure where he was in terms of the boundary. But that shouldn't be an excuse. You take it as long as in the air, you take it and then worry after. Short and a slow bouncer there, and a wide signal by umpire Roylin Cooper, as she signals one over the shoulder, and Cooper just wants Craig Emmanuel to know that she's the one in charge, so needs to be very careful. So it's Craig Emmanuel, 93 for 5, bowling Cyril Charles, who had a couple balls ago. And bowls to Charles. This one he guides it down to the back of point area where Weighty Bullet runs in, picks up on 1 run. 94 for 5. Cyril Charles is on 9. Gavin Serie Jr. is on 45. 5 runs away from what would have been a well played half century. As it's Craig Emmanuel bowling from the road end, bowling to Gavin Serie Jr. Bowls, and he just stabs it out into the offside, looking for a quick single. Cyril Charles says no. End of the over. 94 for 5.
Yeah, very good over there for the Micoud Trailblazers. Getting maybe a few 9 or 10 runs from what I know, 11 runs of that over. So a very good over for them. They seem to be looking to up the tempo right now. With Cyril Charles and Gavin Serie, they would definitely be looking to up the tempo to push the team closer to what would be a pass score or even a competitive score here today.
So it's a change of bowling from the top end. It's Shulet, it looks like, brought back in from the far end, brought back into the bowl from the road end, or the Ronoro International Airport end. He'll be bowling from the opposite end, the Mola Chic end or the Bruceville end. He'll be bowling to Cyril Charles, who is on 9. As he bowls with Cyril Charles wide outside the off stump and signal wide by umpire Bartholomew Donovan. First ball up, he serves up a slowish delivery. One of the bowlers who mixes up his deliveries pretty much.
Yeah, it looked like a slower ball. He's got a very good one.
As he bowls full this time. And Cyril Charles maybe missing out there twice.
Yeah, McGarren Joseph going for what I would think was a Yorker, bowling a full toss there, and Cyril Charles missed out on a juicy full toss there. Maybe he could have gotten that down too long off for a single there, but just missing out.
Yes, and we just see the arrival of the IC girls. As is McGarren Joseph in again. McGarren, McShulet. Cyril Charles punches it back along the track.
boundaries that he gets Gavin Serie back on strike because he's been hitting the ball quite well. It's important that Gavin Serie faces as many balls as possible.
Right, as it's Shulet, Magaran Shulet into Cyril. Again, this one, Cyril Charles not able to score off it. Good defensive delivery there.
Another full toss, missing out on another full toss there, Cyril Charles. Maybe he should just look to play soft hands, and there's a big gap between backward point and extra cover, and he should try and get the ball through there for a single.
Yes, it's Shulet again to Cyril Charles, and this time he swats it over mid-wicket for 6. Swats it over mid-wicket for 6. This time, another slow ball, another storage delivery from Shulet, but wide outside your stump, and Cyril Charles was swatting it from outside your stump over mid-wicket for 6.
Yeah, what looked like the slow ball from Magaran there, and Cyril Charles just stood up and actually swung that way over mid-wicket out of the ground for 6. A much-needed boundary as well.
And that brings up the 100, Dwight, 101. 101 for 5.
Yeah, they've brought up the 100 in the 14th over, so they've got 6 overs left, so they would definitely look to be getting the 150 that I spoke about earlier. And if these two bat another 2 free overs, that's maybe they could get in excess of that.
Okay, so it's Shulet again to Cyril Charles. This is after him again. He's at down the ground this time. Too long off where Shadrach Descat fields on 1 run. 102 for 5. We're into over number 14. So some changes been made, left hand, right hand combination. So it's Shulet bowling to Serie this time, and this time he's trying to guide this one down through the vacant slip cordon, not making contact, and taken by the wicketkeeper Alex Joseph. So at the end of the 14th over, the Micoud Trailblazers are batting. They are 102 for 5.
Yeah, they seem to be doing really well. Good partnership between young Serie and Cyril Charles, who seems to be the one who's taking up the mantle to go after the bowling. And we will have Craig Emmanuel coming for his second over. His first over went for 11. So I'm pretty sure Cyril Charles will be looking to go after him in this over as well.
Okay, so Craig Emmanuel will be continuing from the road end. And we see the power play, the bowling power play. 1 mandatory bowling power play, 1 mandatory batting power play. So Cyril Charles and Gavin Serie, they have put on 32 so far. So as is Craig Emmanuel from the road end, and he'll be bowling to Cyril Charles, and this one is a good delivery. Cyril Charles was pushing at this one outside your stump, just went past the outside edge.
Yeah, very good ball there from Craig Emmanuel. That one seems to actually just skid it on a bit, so it looks like the wicket has dried out a bit, and it seems to be a lot easier for the batsman to play the shots now.
Yes, I must say we have been bathed in sunshine today, so we almost also say kudos to the ground staff here, the head ground staff man here is the famous Al Prince. Don't let the name fool you, he's not from the UAE. He's on short and he works it off the pad, and there's nobody to pick it up at the non-striker's end. As the fielder there, Shem Severin, picking up and threw at the non-striker's end, but there's nobody there, and they went through for a single. But we just missed it. Also, Empire Rolling Cooper signaling a no ball and a free hit. So, Gavin Serie being afforded the opportunity of having a free hit. Can hit to any part of the ground he wants to. and he can only be run out.
He has the opportunity here to bring his to get his 50 as well.
As well, yes. What a good way to what a good position to be in to get your 50.
Yeah, there isn't a better position here. He's got a free swing, cannot get out unless he's run out.
Right.
So he's definitely going to be looking to throw the entire kitchen sink at that ball.
Right. So it's Craig Emmanuel. Bowling Garen series on 45. Bowl, and he swings this one, and that's gone. It's 6 runs over long on, and that's his 50. As we are saying, Dwight, another better position to be in to get to your 50 of 34 balls. It's 4 fours and 4 sixes.
Another really big shot there from the youngster. He took full advantage of that free, smashing that over wide long on there for a big 6 to bring up his 50. He might be a young man, but he looks quite strong as well.
Yes, no intimidation there for the young player. This one was up just about middle and leg, and Seri was able to hit it way over long on for 6 and bring up his half century. 110 for 5.
Yeah, very good swing from the youngster. He just opened up that front leg and just threw the entire kitchen sink at that. And like he's been doing all afternoon, he's been finding the middle of the bat and he hit that way over long on.
Okay, so it's 110. As it's Craig Emmanuel. On this time he digs out a Yorker there. Well bowled and well played.
Yeah, very good reply from Craig Emmanuel. Fantastic Yorker, and series up to the task as well. He's been batting really well so far. Not only hitting the boundaries, but he's been actually respecting the good balls, which is just as important.
Yes, so he's been. It shows that he's been thinking the game as he go on. So it's Craig Emmanuel bowling to Serrier. Shot outside, and he cuts this one through the cover point region for 4 all along the ground. What a lovely shot there, Dwight Thomas.
That's a fantastic shot there from the youngster. Craig Emmanuel bowling short and wide, and he actually just smashed that through backward point there, and the man at short foot man to bring up another boundary for himself. What a fantastic shot from the youngster, and he seems to be in some really good form here today. I'm sure he's going to be looking to get a big score for his team.
Yeah, as I said Dwight earlier, he looks a totally different player to the player we saw a couple of matches ago.
Yeah, today he's come out with a lot more intent than he did in the first couple of games.
So he's cracking my ball this time. He digs this one out, goes into cover region where it's Denzel James who picks up 114 for 5. So Dwight Thomas's prediction of 150 still very much on the cards.
They should definitely get to 150 from that position. 114 for 5 with just the better part of 5.1 overs left. So they should definitely get up to 150. If they don't get to 150, they should be very disappointed in themselves. They still have 5 wickets left, and they've got 2 set batsmen in the wicket as well.
Okay, so it's Craig Emmanuel at the top of his mark. He'll be running into bowl to Serrier. Short outside the off stump. Has a look. Roland Cooper says no, it's not a wide. It's over. So 15 overs gone. 15 overs gone, 114 for 5.
And I think it's a trick missed by the Renegades there. I know Dale, his last over went for a few, but I think he should still be given an opportunity to bowl, because it's a bit of sameness with the Renegades bowling attack. A number of medium paces. I think the spinner, they would need a spinner to change things up, especially with a left-hander in the wicket. To an off-spinner, it's going to be a bit more difficult for him to actually hit.
Yes, and if the pitch playing as it is, it's a little friendly now, friendly towards the batsman. You need somebody to do something a little differently.
Yeah, definitely the pitch has gotten a lot harder than when we started, so the ball is coming through a lot better now, and it's going to be a lot easier to hit these medium paces through the line than it was earlier.
Right, so it's Cyril Charles now. He'll be facing up to Shulet. Comes in, bowls, and he tries to hit this one through the onside. This one was pitched just about on the leg stump. And umpire Donovan not signaling, so There was some bat under this one. And they go through for a single. So, Serio now in strike. Shulet bowling to Serio. This one he digs this one out, another Yorker there. And Serio digs this one out. Score remains on 115 for 5.
I'm not sure what the individual top score has been, but Serio should definitely look to get that. Today, if he continues to bat in the way he's definitely going to get that highest individual score.
Okay, so it's Shulet into Serie. Places it on up to mid wicket. Craig Emmanuel fields. One 115 for 5. So he tries to turn it off the pads there. Bowler runs around and does the fielding. No run. Still 115 for 5. Shulet to Serie. Bowls short and he's on the back foot and just guides into the cover region where Lennis more or less picks up and they go through for an easy single.
Well played there by the youngster. A bit short outside the off stump and he just pushes it into the vacant cover area for a single. It's been a very good over so far by McGarren. He's only considered 2 runs, and considering he's bowling the 16th over, he's doing quite well here for his team. He's going to be looking to really end well on a good note here as well.
Yes, just keeping the batsmen quiet. These 2 batsmen have been in for a bit. They've added some 46 runs so far. Charles is on 18 and Serie is on the 56. As skipper Craig Emmanuel makes some changes to accommodate the left hand right hand combination. It's Shulet bowling to Cyril Charles, and he hits this one to the man at mid wicket. Wait, he will make a tumbling save. They're looking for 2, and they go for 2. There was a little bit of danger in that there, but they got through for 2. So 2 more runs to the total. 118 for 5.
Very good run in there by the youngster and Cyril Charles. Getting 2 runs quite comfortably in the end. A very good stop from Wade, but a bit of a weak throw coming in there, and they were able to complete the 2 runs quite easily. And Cyril Charles has been in for 14 deliveries and he's gotten 20, so he's doing the business. He and young Serie.
Yes, and they're doing just what skipper Gary Marshall would have asked of them, to stay in and get some sort of partnership in, and as you said, try to get as close to maybe the 150, 160 mark as possible.
Yeah, they've been doing the rebuilding job quite well now. With 4 overs left, 5 wickets in hand, the 2 set batsmen. They definitely should look to push on right now and hopefully maybe got 10 runs and over from now. With 5 wickets left in hand, that should be relatively easy, especially for set batsmen on 56. They should get past 150 right now.
Okay, but I think the opposition will have something to say about that. The opposing bowlers, they're probably looking to restrict them to anything less than 135.
Yeah, and it looked like the Renegades has actually brought on the strike bowler in Shem Severin. I think he's got 1 left. Chris Settage has 1 left as well. So they still need to find 2 overs from somewhere to complete their 20.
Right, so there's been a slight hold up in play. I'm not too sure what for. So Shem Severin brought back, and the captain taking some extended time, then getting the field placements right. So you're still waiting. It's more changes being effected. Severin just about the 30-meter mark, running into bowl to Serie. Bowl, and he just stopped this one out into the offside, and they go through for 2 runs. And the square umpire calling no ball. Yes, not it's a power play, so not enough guys in the circle. Not enough out the circle. You 2 players are allowed outside of the circle. So we see 2 umpires having a little conversation. So the umpire. So it's Shem Severin to Serie. And this one is on target this time, on the stumps. Takes it back along the track to the bowler. No run, 118 for 5. Into over number 17. So, Shem Severin again from the road end. Bowling to Gavin Serie. Short, and he pulls at this one. Short there, Dwight, and Serie playing a couple of days too early there. Not making any contact.
Yeah, he missed out on a short ball there from Shem Severin. He was looking to hit that for the deep mid-wicket area. Unfortunately, did not get a bat on that. Hopefully, he capitalizes on the next few deliveries Shem has to bowl.
Okay, so it's Severin toward the mark. Bowling to, he runs away now, running into bowl to Serie, and he doesn't deliver. Umpire Cooper signals dead ball. So Sam Severin again running the ball to Serie. Shot again, and he misses this one, and the batsman go through for a single. Go for a run. Bye. 119 for 5. So Captain Craig Emmanuel make it again, holding a play. So here comes Shem Severin running into ball to Cyril Charles. Full, and he hits it down, and he's caught as a no ball. Ball, full delivery over waist height, and Cyril Charles is hitting this one straight to the man at mid off, where he's caught, but it's a no ball. But they've gone through for a single.
Yeah, another opportunity there for young Syria to have a go. The last three they actually hit it for 6, and I'm sure he's going to be looking to repeat that here today.
Yes, 119 now, 121. 50 partnership up in 39 deliveries, and he drives this one up to long on, but there'll only be a single, as Winel Felix was a little late in getting around. So the two put on from 50 so far. Dwight.
Yeah, it's been a very good partnership. Not only have they put on 50 runs, but it's come in quick time as well. They've now put the Trailblazers in a position where they could get a very decent score here today.
Okay, so Cyril Charles now feeds up to Shem Severin. Ball, slow delivery. And hit this one up to... Oh, hit this one up to the man at mid-off. And they run through for single. He had a throw at the non-striker's end. And missing. So another single. 123 for 5. So it's Severin to Serrier. Another slow delivery high up into the air. It's gone onto the roof of the pavilion for 6. Another slow delivery there from Severin, and Serrier making good use of it, hitting over the square leg area onto the roof for 6.
Yeah, Shem Severin looking to bowl a slower delivery there, ended up being a full toss, and young Syria once again smashed that way over mid-wicket for what is another big 6 from the youngster, and he's been batting really well here today, and he's putting his team in a position where they could go on to get a decent total here today.
Yes, so over number, the Trailblazers trying to blaze the trail now. So as we try to get a replacement ball. No, but the ball that went out is back with us. So 129 for 5. It's 129 for 5. So it's Shadrach Descat now brought on. With some 3 overs left to the bowl, Shadrach Descat is introduced. Shadrach Descat bowls to Cyril Charles, and he sinks it high in the air. Somebody's calling for it. The bowler running all the way down to mid-wicket, just about on the circle, and not getting a hand to it, and batsman go for 2.
Poor communication there between the bowler and the man at deep mid-wicket. It should have been the man at deep wicket going for that catch, because he's the one actually running in. So it should have been a lot easier for him. Hopefully the Renegades don't live to regret dropping Cyril Charles there.
Yes. So there should have been a better communication between the 3 fieldsmen who were converging on that ball there. So Descott again. We bowl into Cyril Charles. He's on down the leg side. Probably brushed something on the way, and no call from the umpire. So probably brushed something on the way to the keeper.
From the signal of the umpire, it looked like he may have just gone over the leg stump, because Cyril Charles seems to be going inside the line, looking to hit it over the leg side.
Okay, so Shadrach Descott into Charles. Johnny hits it down. Is going to. He takes the catch at long off. That's winner Felix there. McGarren Shulet takes the catch at long off. Cyril Charles is trying to hit this one over long off. Probably hit some, maybe a little higher up on the bat, and not able to clear the fields on the body. The time is jump.
Finding the man there at long off, and it was a very good catch by McGarren. Quite tall, and he took that in and made that look very easy. But a big wicket there for the Renegades. Cyril Charles was going quite well, and definitely now they'll be looking to pull the run rate back a bit.
Yes, definitely, and that's one of the ways of picking up wickets, and slow the rate. But the new batsman in is Gary Mathre. Gary Mathre, the captain. And goes Shadrach Descott, bowls to Seri, and he's bowling! He's bowling! This was right up to the bat. They probably just came back a shade there, Dwight, and been bowled there for well played 63.
Yeah, very good ball by Shadrach Descott. There what looked like a really good slower ball, and a very good knock by the young Syria comes to an end. He's batted quite well for his team. He's now put his team in a position where they could get a decent total here today. And the new batsman is actually Kevin Augustine.
Okay, so Kevin Augustine making his way to the crease. We're into over number 18. So 2 new batsmen at the crease, and as we said, the one way of slowing down the rate is by picking up wickets. So they've just picked up 2 wickets in 2 balls. So the 2 batsmen at the crease, the captain Gary Mathre, and now Kevin Augustine.
Yeah, the 2 senior pros, better known for their bowling, but definitely Gary Mathre has the ability to strike the ball cleanly. I'm not too sure about Kevin Augustine. I've not seen too much of him batting, but I know for sure that Gary can definitely strike them cleanly.
Okay, so we'll get a chance to see. As Descott in bowls to Augustine, and he drives this one nicely to long off and gets off the mark. Matre is looking for a non-existent second. So it's 131, 132 for 7. So it's Descott to Matre. Matre hits this one down the ground, and it goes through the man at long on for 4. And the man at long on is he's down on the ground. He fell on the shoulder. So again, the medics are called into play. Winner Felix just falling badly on his shoulder, it looks like. So Dwight, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it seems that the fielder at long on somehow or the other suffering some sort of injury there as he tried to save this one from going into the boundary for 4.
Yeah, he seemed to have gone for a big dive and seemed to have landed a bit awkwardly on his right shoulder there, and he seems to be in a bit of strife. We now have the medics running across the ground to try and attend to him.
So the score is 133 for 7. the big game for today, the final. City Blasters, Avatar City Blasters. They are taking on the Schrozel Craft Masters. So it's all about the third place playoff. As we see the medical persons just attending to Winel Felix on the boundary. So the medical personnel seem to be transferring the field onto a stretcher. We're not quite sure, and they're signaling for the ambulance to come on. So we hope Dwight is not too serious, but the player is still down on the ground. So they've just taken him off, lifted him off now, taking him beyond the boundary. And they're calling for the ambulance to make its way. So the ambulance is making its way onto the far side. Moving from the road end to the Bruceville end.
Micoud Trailblazers 138 for the loss of 7 wickets.
So, hope all is well with the player. So, we're about to resume. And Craig Emmanuel will be bowling over number 19. And he will be bowling to Kevin Augustine. Emmanuel bowls and he hits it to the man at behind square, who is where they probably made a good stop, because had it gone past him, that would have gone down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, very good fielding from Wade. As a matter of fact, I've seen him around the field all day and he's been feeling quite well. He's made a number of good stops here, saving a few runs for his team. And right now the Renegades will be looking to save as many as they possibly can, with just 11 balls left.
Right, and Emmanuel is making a change. The left-handed Gary Mather is in strike. It's 137 for 7.
1 point.
And Matre. So here comes Craig Emmanuel bowls to Gary Matre. He's back and just stabs out into the 38 for 7.
Very good length there from Craig Emmanuel. He did not bowl too full, just back of a length, just outside the off stump. A very difficult length to hit. And Gary Murphy doing the right thing. Just taking a single, getting off strike, giving his partner Kevin Augustine an opportunity to go big.
Okay, so it's Kevin Augustine back on strike. Listen up to Craig Emmanuel. This one is shot outside the off stump. Watch it go to wicketkeeper Alex Joseph. No run. Wait over number 19 now. So still a possibility of getting to the 150 mark. As Craig Emmanuel turns, running into ball to Kevin Augustine. And a full delivery, and he hits it down through to long, widest long off, and they go through for 2. So 2 more runs to the score. 140 for 7.
Well, Kevin Augustine missing out on an opportunity there to hit a maximum. That ball was quite a full toss, slow full toss there from Craig Emmanuel, and he just missed out on that. But good running in the end. They were able to get 2 runs.
So it's Craig Emmanuel bowling to Shem, bowling to Kevin Augustine, and it's wide outside the leg stump. And Empire Royal Cooper calls wide. So 141 for 7. As is Craig Emmanuel to Augustine. Short, and that should be 6. Headed over over square leg for 6. This ball, Dwight, pitch short and begging to be hit back into the town.
Yeah, definitely begging to hit, and Kevin Augustine taking full toll, short ball, hit that right into the stands there for a 6, and a much needed boundary. What has been a really good over by Craig so far, but a very good shot there by Kevin Augustine.
Well, a good shot, but also poor delivery there from Emmanuel. Maybe Augustine still a little disappointed it only went as far as the pavilion. So it's Craig Emmanuel bowls to him. This one is full down the legs, and that's gone for 4 wides. 4 wides. This one was, and goes into the boundary for 4 wides, and well fielded by the manager there, Dennis James, beyond the boundary.
A poor ball there from skipper Craig Emmanuel. He seems to be having a really off day. The ball in 2.5 overs. He's considered 39 runs. He seems to be having a really bad day here. Hopefully, for his team's sake, he actually comes good with the batter today.
Yes, as we see Emmanuel bowling to Augustine. Down the leg side again, wide. So you're probably correct, Dwight, having a bad day. Was it a bad? So 153 for 7. So we have got to the 150 mark. So I was saying 150, 160. So Captain Emmanuel supposed to be leading from front. So he's giving him out. He's out. He's run out. He's run out there. You're looking for 2. The ball was in the hand of the fielder. Was a good throw. And the wicketkeeper Alex Joseph. You know. So we see Augustine being run out there, Dwight. ill-advised second run there, but at this point, they'll be looking for every possible run.
Yeah, there was never going to be 2 runs there. A very good through run. Actually, Micoud Trailblazers 153 for 7. Any run they get now will be a bonus because they've gotten past what we call a pass score. So any run now would be a bonus.
Yeah, but there was danger written all over there. Even myself would not have taken a second run there, despite the fact I'm pretty nimble between the wickets.
Well, with 7 ball less, I guess the Micoud Trailblazers trying to maximize, take every run they could possibly get.
So we're into the final over. Yeah, right. We're into the final over, and it's Shajak Deskat as he pulls out of the run-up. Empire Donovan single in dead ball. Deskat balls to Matre. Pulls, and what a fine catch. This one was short from Deskat, and Matre was on the back one, pulling this one over mid-wicket, and Lennis Modest just about on the circle, just stuck out the right hand and plucked it out of the air, and that's the end of Captain Gary Matre.
Oh, that was a very good catch there from Lennis Modest. He used all of his 6 feet plus frame to hold that one in. That one looked like it was just going to go over his head, and he pulled that back with one hand. A great catch, one of the best that we've seen so far, and a big wicket error. Gary Murphy actually goes with 5 balls left.
Yes, so the final pair, last pair of the wicket, Brendan Peacock now makes his way to the crease, and he joined in Leslie James. Egbert Henry. There, Egbert Henry at the crease. So it's Deskat was coming and he has picked up. Deskat has come in and has picked up some 3 wickets. 3 wickets so far for 7 runs, Dwight. Bika just digs this one out, no run.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised Sajak Deskat came into bowl so late. He's usually one of the frontline bowlers. He's probably one of the paciest bowlers in that lineup. And he's done quite well. So he's come on in 1.2 overs. He's got 3 for 7. So he's pegged the Trailblazers back quite nicely.
Yes. And I just said one of the bowlers we were expecting to probably bowl a little early on. But he's interested to bowl the final over. Bika. He bowls and he just lobs it on up into the mid-on area where the man from extra cover runs around to mid-on area and picks up. And they go for a single. 155 for 9 in the 20th over. Deskat running in to bowl to Henry this time, and he has a big swing at this one, and the keeper tries to throw down the stumps, and for some reason Deskat also threw back at the stump, but the batsman was well in his ground.
Another very good slow ball there by Sajak Deskat. He seems to be mixing up his pace quite nicely here. The low order batsman not being able to pick it whatsoever.
Yes, and so far just the solitary run in the over so far. And in the over number 20, he's bowling to Henry, and he just turns this one off the pads there. They'll be looking for 2, but I don't think they will go for 2. No, the keeper Alex Joseph quickly around, and leg by, single by Empire Donovan. So the final delivery, legal delivery of the inning. 156 will be bowling to Bika. And it bowled him! And that's the end of the inning. Bika being bowled of the last ball, and the Trailblazers being dismissed for 156 in the final delivery of the inning. So Dwight, the innings coming to a close of the final delivery of the inning. Bika being bowled for 1.
Yes, Ajak Descat doing the job here for his captain, coming towards the end there, bowling 2 overs, 4 wickets, conceding only 8 runs, and he's pulled the Trailblazers back from what could have been a scoring of 165 or maybe 170. He's restricted them to only 156 thanks to 2 good overs towards the end.
Yes, so just to take a look at the Renegades inning, the Trailblazers inning. Sylvan Charles, he was caught off Christian Ange for 15, and Yasipal, it was caught off the bowling of Severin for 2. Kevin Augustine was run out by Modest for 11. Henry was not out on no score, and Bika, the last man to go, bowled by Descat for 1. For the Renegades, Severin had 1 for 22, Christian Ange 1 for 29, Lennis Modest 1 for 12, Shulet 2 for 20, Stanio none for 18, Craig Emmanuel none for 41, and Shajat Descat 4 for 8. So at the end of the first inning, 20 overs, the Micoud Trailblazers 156 all out. It goes into the boundary, 1 bounce, 4 runs, 4 more runs, and this one he is pitching up to Terrier. Shot outside, and he cuts this one through the cover point for 4 all along the ground. What a lovely shot there, Dwight Thomas. Bowling to Seri, and this one is short and makes, and he hits this one over cover point, and will it get down to the boundary? Yes, it does. 4 more runs. Another short delivery on our International Airport end, and he'll be bowling to Seri, and this one he hits this one. He's going to be caught on the boundary. Yes, he is, and an easy catch by Dump, and Richard Peters trying to heave this one over square leg, probably hit high up on the bat, but it went straight to the fieldsman there at behind square, who had to come here a couple paces, and for 5, Stanio bowls, and he tries to hit this, and that's gone for 6. That one hit over long off for 6. So Stanio was tossing this one up outside your stump to long off, and it beats the man at long off and goes into the boundary for 4. Cyril Charles this time, left-handed Cyril Charles, and he hits it in the air. He's going to be caught. Oh, it's through the hands of the man there at long on for 6, and that is Shem Severin, who took a Shulet again to Cyril Charles, and this time he swats it over mid-wicket for 6. Swats it over mid-wicket for 6. This time, another slow ball, another slow delivery from Shulet, but wide outside your stump. Bowling Garen series on 45. Bowl, and he swings this one, and that's gone. That's a better position to be in to get to your 50. Off to Cyril Charles, and he hits this one to the man at mid-wicket. Wait, he will make a tumbling save. They're looking for 2, and they go for 2. There was a little bit of danger in that there, but they got through. To Serrier, another slow delivery high up into the air. It's gone onto the roof of the pavilion for 6. Another slow delivery there from Severin, and Serrier making good use of it, hitting over the Descat bowls to Cyril Charles, and he sinks it high in the air. Somebody's calling for it.
The bowler running all the way down to mid wicket, just about on the circle. Descart to Matra. Matra hits this one down the ground, and it goes through the man at long on for 4 to Augustine. Short, and that should be 6. Headed over over square leg for 6. Craig Emmanuel bowls to him. This one is full. Down the legs, and that's gone for 4 wides. 4 wides. This one was quick and down the leg side, and keeper Alex Joseph could get nowhere front. This one is full. Working up, and they're looking for 2. There might be a run out, and he's giving him out. He's out. He's run out. He's bowling to Henry, and he just turned this one off the pads. They'll be looking for. So the final delivery, legal delivery of the inning. 156 will be bowling to Bika, and he bowled him, and that's the end of the inning. Bika being bowled of the last ball, and the Trailblazers being dismissed for 156 in the final delivery of the inning. The Renegades are trying to get up to 157 for victory and secure third place, while the Micoud Trailblazers are trying to take up. So we have just witnessed the first over. Some 3 runs came have come up the first over so far. As Augustine bowls to Denzel James after the first over. Quiet start. As you see the fans starting to mill in for the big final. The Shuttlecraft Master Trailblazers, they too are also at the ground. I understand that traffic is backed up all the way in Library. The Shuttlecraft Master supporters on their way. And my fellow comments man is also 6. Which way do you see it going?
Runs on the board is runs on the board, 156. On that wicket should not necessarily be an issue. The wicket has dried out, pretty flat right now. But it's even Stevens, I would say. Any team could win. It's a decent total, but it would take some getting in order for the Renegades to get there. They would need the captain, Craig Emmanuel, to step up after his bowling performance.
Yes, and what we have seen of the Renegades so far, there's not been any real spark in the Renegades team so far. So maybe this is their day. As we always say, cricket is played on the field, and it's on the day. As we see Egbert Henry bowling to Denzel James, a full delivery, and hits it to the man up at mid-off, who makes a good stop and a single. So take this score to 5 without loss. So Alex Joseph, promoted to opening inning in this game, came in the last game for his first match, I think. So he did some glove work today. He was the man behind the stumps. Didn't have to bother stint behind the stumps, Dwight.
He's a very good glove man. He's also a very attacking opening batsman. I'm just really happy to see him at the top of the order. I know he played his first game in the semi-final, but he batted in the middle order. But it's really good to see him at the top of the order. He's the kind of batsman that could take advantage of the power play.
Okay, Henry bowled. And as we speak of that, is that over mid-wicket. And awaiting the signal. And it's 6 runs. So, Dwight, you called it. 6 runs there. This one, he was after Egbert Henry. Although in the first over he is a little watchful, just trying to push the ball around. But this over he seems to figure that he cannot contain himself anymore.
Yeah, he's naturally a very aggressive batsman and quite strong on his pads. Anything that's, especially that flick shot, that is his strength. So if they continue to bowl on his pads, he will go on to score some big runs out today.
Okay. So it's Egbert Henry again, bowled over to get to Alex Joseph. And he's down again, he's a straight back pass, that's 4 runs. Hit it this time, down the ground on the offside. A good shot there from Alex Joseph, and as you said, taking advantage of the power play there. Yeah? But this time he didn't mid-off and mid-on down to the boundary of 4.
Yeah, that was a really good shot there by Alex Joseph. I'm quite happy to see him playing straight. The fact that he's playing straight shows that he's good form and he's actually seen the ball quite well. That was a very good shot there from Alex Joseph.
Yes, and Egbert Henry not the quickest by any means. And he was flirting with danger there, ball right up to Alex Joseph, more or less in the slot. And Alex Joseph taking advantage of it. Henry again into Alex Joseph. This time he just turns around the corner to Cyril Charles. Runs around, picks up 1 run. And we talk about Alex, it's not Alex Hales. Although they might be sporting the same England sort of uniform, but it's Alex Joseph of the Mabouya Valley Renegades.
Yeah, that was a very good buy by the Renegades there, picking up Alex Joseph in the draft. Most people would not know too much about him, but he's more known for his goalkeeping, but he's a very good cricketer as well.
Okay, so it's Henry, he'll be bowling to Denzel James. Then the turns off, the pass is going down to the boundary. Will it get there? Yes, it does. and it's 4 runs. And Denzel James has been a little disappointing in this tournament so far. We expect a lot more from him. But nevertheless, he just turned this one fine off the pads and went down to fine leg for 4.
Yeah, bad bowling there from the bowler, straight on the leg side, and Denzel James is getting the slightest of bat on it, and it just run away down behind the keeper for 4.
Right, so the score is now 20 without loss. Alex Joseph on 13, Don on Denzel James on 7. As is Henry, it's not been a good over so far for him. 16 of the over so far. He's running into bowl to Denzel James and he's pushed it in on the onside. The vacant mid-wicket area where man had made on, runs around and picks up. 21. Some 17 runs off this over, right? And a very good over for the Mabouya Valley Renegades.
Yeah, good over and a really good start. They're 21 without loss at the end of 2 overs, so they're way ahead of the run right now. Don't have lost a wicket. And they're looking quite good. Both batsmen looking quite good in the middle.
And as we speak, right, we can hear a section of the Craft Masters supporters coming through the gates.
Yeah, the Craft Masters have spoken to a few of the players earlier and they said they're going to have the biggest crowd out tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Well, I hope it's not the biggest crowd out tonight. I also hope it's not going to be the biggest disappointment out tonight. Well, it could be for either team, that is.
They're quite confident bunch of guys. So they've already promised me that they are going to win and they are going to have a party afterwards. So I look forward to that.
Okay, well, the SPL is where we show them how to party. So, it's Kevin Augustine from the road end, bowling to James, and he drives this one hard in. So all attention was focused on the group. It looked like a solo group coming through the gates there. So it's all going to be here. We're going to be partying tonight, one way or the other.
Yeah, definitely the biggest party in sport is about to we're gonna have the biggest party tonight. It looks like either team that wins, there's gonna be a party. I'm pretty sure of that.
That's right. So let's see which party that we are going to attend. Will it be Craft Masters party or Avatar City Blazers party? As James has knocked this one long into the covers where BK fields and they can run through for a quick single. As I said, Dwight, Denzel James we know to be a lot better cricketer than he has shown in the past couple of games so far.
Yeah, he's a very good batsman, a very good wicket keeper as well. I know he's had a disappointing tournament, but he's got the opportunity here today to bring his team home, and I'm sure if he goes on to get a big score and the Renegades going to win, they will forgive him for his previous performances.
Okay, so it's 22 without loss. We're into over number 3 as Kevin Augustine ran away from the road end. Bowls to Alex Dunn is looking for a quick single there. This one was short and making some height, and Alex Joseph, a tall guy, was able to get on top of the bounce and play down into the cover region. But Denzel James sent him back. 22 without loss. So the crowd beginning to buzz ahead of the next game there, Dwight.
Yeah, the spectators are coming in slowly but surely. Look like a large Choiseul Craft Masters contingent is already in.
As Sky Boldy drives this one along the ground to the man at mid-off with Cyril Charles, just skips around to his right and picks up. So a single, 23 without loss, and the two batsmen looking pretty comfortable at this stage.
Yeah, not to put the markers on Alex Joseph especially, but he's looking quite good. He seems to be hitting the ball straight, which is very important, and he also hit that along the ground, which is signs that he's seen the ball quite well, and the ball is coming onto the bat as well.
Okay, and it's Denzel James in strike now. Kevin Augustine bowls, and he's back and digs this one out. You're probably expecting it to make a little more height. Probably came up just about the knee roll there. No run. And as we say, the big buzz is all about of the town. As Augustine runs into bowl to Denzel James, and he drives this one hard into the ground. Out! Oh my goodness, what a mix-up there! This one was hit hard into the ground, off the hands of the bowler. Went to Gary Mathur at extra cover. Alex Joseph was down the wicket looking for the single. Denzel James was not paying attention. And in the end, Alex Joseph was run out.
Yeah, the Renegades just gifting a wicket there to the Micoud Trailblazers. What should have been maybe an easy single. Denzel James got ball watching and the man in form, Alex Joseph, got run out. That is just a very soft dismissal, an unfortunate dismissal for the Renegades, who were going quite well before that run out.
Yes, Denzel James in the end getting run out.
Yeah, Denzel James now, I know he had an important part to play in that run out, but he needs to put that behind him and look to take the team home today. There's no point in dwelling on what has already happened.
Yes, and that brings in the captain. That brings in the captain, Craig Emmanuel, to the Viewfort South Sunrisers.
Yeah, if you look at the way the tournament has gone by, a lot of the star players or the marquee players, quite a few of them have not lived up to the expectations, unfortunately. But nonetheless, it's been quite an exciting tournament.
Shot outside the awesome, and it's a wide. And Emmanuel's looking to cut this one to the offside, not making any contact. So it's 30 for 1. Sherwin Charles, more noted for his batting ability. And he'll be bowling to Craig Emmanuel. And he goes again. He's gone out of the ground again. 6 more. So Craig Emmanuel means business, that's right.
Yeah, he means business. Once again, after conceding 49 in 3 overs, he's come out just looking to play shots. And Sherwin Charles is just putting the ball on a platter for him, and he's taking full advantage here.
So 6 more. But this one not going out. This one not going out of the ground. So Sherwin Charles, we have to be thinking about this one. Emmanuel pushes forward and they go for. Oh, there'll be a run out again. Oh my goodness. So 68 for 3. For 3. Oh, okay. We'll have to. As we wait, Shadrach Desca just doing some gardening. As Angel shall be bowling to Descat. Short, tries to cut, missing. It's through the wicket keeper. Score remains on 68 for 3. So he just shall be round the wicket to Shadrach Descat. Bowls. And he hits this one. He's going to be caught. Oh no, he's dropped it. This one straight to the man there at long off. Looks like Ted Mathre. Shoulder height, and he puts it down, Dwight.
That looked like a really easy catch there. The Trailblazers really hoping that they don't live to regret this chance. Dropping Shadrach Descat could be quite costly because he's a very aggressive batsman.
Yes, so chance goes down. This time bowling to Dale Sanyo. He hits it down to long on and just ambles a single. 70 for 3. $70 for 3. As Shelby bowls to Descat, and Descat this time along the ground he goes to the man along off, and he picks 71 for 3. So after 8 overs, Dwight, 71 for 3.
Yeah, the Renegades got off to a really good start, but the Micoud Trailblazers seem to be pulling it back a bit. Hazel Shari bowling 2 very good overs, only going for 16 and picking up a wicket as well. Cyril Charles, first over only went for 5, I believe, and it got the big wicket of Craig Emmanuel as well.
Let's take a look at the Icy girls doing their thing, showing us how to party. So the Icy girls are certainly, I won't say they're icing things up. Certainly not, Dwight.
They're providing great entertainment in the stands, and I'm sure the spectators are going to enjoy that as much as they're going to enjoy the cricket.
Right, later on. Right, as Cyril Charles bowling his second over, he'll be bowling to Descart, and Descart hits it. Oh, another chance going to Begin. Again to Kevin Augustine. This one was going straight at Augustine, and for some reason it went right through him.
Kevin Augustine completely misjudged that, actually running when the ball was coming straight to him, and it just went over his head. Completely misjudged.
Yes, so one can understand how this one was going straight to him and then went right through him. So Cyril Charles won't be too happy as he's bowling to Descart, and Descart hits this one to the man in the extra cover area there, which is Gary Mathre, and they pick up a single. 78 for 3, and 2 catches going on in the space of a couple of deliveries there.
Yeah, they've dropped Sajak Descart on 2 occasions in just a couple of deliveries, and once again they would be hoping that they don't live to regret these chances, because at the end of the day, catches win matches.
Okay, so Cyril Charles to Stanio. And Stanio hits this one with so much ease into the parking lot. It goes half trackers. And Dale Stanio, despite the fact he hasn't made many runs, he's a very talented young batsman, and he hit this one with so much ease over the stand for 6.
That was short and begging to be hit, and Dale actually smashed Charles' pace. Should not be looking to bowl so short.
Yes, but he seems to be showing he's slightly injured there, just tweaking the hamstring a bit, so he's running away to bowl to Stanio. He bowls full delivery, and yes, a no ball. Yes, this one was certainly challenged. This one looked over wayside. It looked like it would have hit him somewhere on the shoulder blade there, shoulder area there. And Empire Roy Cooper in a better position, bowling and no balls is a free hit. And this one missing out on this one there. So I'm calling it, and he's in a better position than we are, because from my vantage point I saw it being over wayside. So it's Cyril Charles into Stanio. Stanio, he's dropped him. Well, I wouldn't say dropped him. He run this one down past the keeper, and the man had shot third man for 4. It was in the air, but it looked like it was a well calculated shot there, Dwight.
He definitely that was a bit intentional, but I'm sure he was not looking for the ball to go that fine. I think that's a half chance. I'm surprised that I don't see Gavin Siri with the gloves. I know he's actually he's off the field, because he's been keeping quite well in the few games that he's actually kept wicket for the Trailblazers. Okay,
but this one was guided fine there. The keeper made a good effort to get there, but 4 runs nonetheless. 89 for 3. And if Stanio would bat a few more overs, he play a couple more shots. Bowl, and it's when it drives along the ground up to long off. The man there, Augustine, just moving along to his left and picks up. So another good over for the Renegades, but an unfortunate over for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, really good over for the Renegades. They got a few boundaries in that over. Cyril Charles went for a 3 in that over, but a missed opportunity in that over, a bit unlucky for the Trailblazers.
And there we have the IC really showing what they can do. We might see our scorer Junior DeRose joining them maybe at the half, or Ashton Edward. at the half. As we're back to live action. See dancers for the next game. So it's a bowling change from the Bruceville end. Brendan Beaker. And he'll be bowling to Dale Stanyo, who has gone past Descartes. He's on. So it's Beaker to Stanyo. And he just plays one into extra cover and going for a quick single. Has a shadow wicket and had he hit there, it would have been curtains for Stanyo. So Stanyo just driving his ball, 2 extra cover to Hazel Shalry and taking off for the single. And had Hazel Shalry hit there, Stanyo would be running all the way back to the hut.
Yeah, very good fielding there from Hazel Shalry. He only had 1 stump to him at, and he got as close as you could possibly get without actually hitting the stump.
So it's Beaker bowling to Descartes. Short, and he pulls this one around. And it goes for 4. 4 runs. This one is short from Beaker. And Descartes was on the back for the waiting and hit it behind square down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, another poor delivery there from the Trailblazer bowler, Brendan Beaker, a bit short. Once again, the wicket is quite slow, so unless you've got express pace, it's not advisable to be bowling short, and Sajak Descartes just hit that behind square for 4.
Yes, the pitch very much devoid of any pace, so as he comes to bowl to Theodore, Shadrach Descartes helped this one around and it goes down to the boundary. 4 more runs. 4 more runs there, a short down the leg side, and he helped it behind square down to the boundary for 4. 99 for 3. So the runs beginning to flow now.
Yeah, right now the Mabouya Valley Renegades seems to be making light work of this total, but they've already lost 3 wickets. Another wicket could change the game.
Yes, but we have 2 recognized batsmen in Dale Stanyo. Has been around for a long while in terms of his cricket. He has played all the age group levels and has been into senior trials for a year or 2. So he knows a thing or 2 about batting. And Shadrach Descartes, as you rightly said, is playing cricket in St. Martin. From all reports, he had a very good season out there. And coming back to see if he could help the Renegades. I mean, he was bought in the draft. So trying to see here today whether he can seal the 3rd place spot for the Renegades. Beaker bowls, he advances and he misses outside the awesome. But there's really no need for that, Dwight. Shadrach Descartes was advancing and having a go and sin.
Yeah, there's absolutely no need for that. He's 19 of 10. They've already gotten 9 runs of free deliveries previous to that. So there's no need for that shot.
Yes, and we saw Dale Stanyo call him down having a word. So it's Beaker bowls him and he's driving to the 100 is up. 100 for 3 in the 10th over. 100 of 62 deliveries. 8 fours and 6 sixes. So the Renegades slowly but surely inching their way up to 157. As Beaker runs in to bowl to Stanyo. And Stanyo just plays this one wide of the man at backward point. Cyril Charles from short 3rd man runs around to his right. Picks up a single. 101 for 3. So it looked like it will depend on these 2. So
yeah, that's going to be a very crucial partnership for the Renegades here today. They still need 56 runs to win at a run rate of 5.6. It should be easy considering they have 7 wickets in hand. But I think it's going to be important that Gary Maffrey takes the ball. If Micoud Trailblazers has a chance to win this game, he's the one that's got to do it for his team here today.
Yes, what they need to do now is to build some pressure. Because they have with the knock by the captain Craig Emmanuel really took them way past the run rate, so they can afford to apply themselves now and hit the ball around, picking up the ones and twos because they're so far ahead. Because yes, there's 7 wickets in the hut, but you need to see the quality of the wickets back in the hut. Probably, and also I don't think Winnell Felix might be able to bat because don't forget he went off the field injured.
Well, just intelligent cricket will take the Renegades home today. They should just look to rotate the strike, especially of Gary Marfrey, who's probably the senior bowler in this Trailblazers lineup. So it's important that they don't lose a wicket to him. If they don't lose a wicket to Gary Marfrey, they should win this game.
Well, you use a very important word there, intelligence, and that is what a lot of our players don't show they have. So it's Gary Marfrey. Swing this one across the line. Oh, and they're giving away a needless run there, Dwight. A needless run been given away there. Dale Smith was trying to swing this one over mid-wicket. Played it into the pad, and here was Shadrach Descat trying to get a single there. And in the process, the fielder throwing at the non-strikers and Gary Marfrey not gathering, and they took advantage of the overthrow.
Yeah, the Trailblazers not helping their cause there whatsoever. What should have been a dot ball, they gave away an easy single, and now we have Sajak Descats on strike. So their fielding has not been up to par.
Right, some poor fielding there, and it's Gary Marfrey just not going through this one. So we're getting a bit of a beacon from the back there from the sun. I know today's Sunday, but I'm sure we're not up for any meal. So it's Gary Marfrey to Shadrach Descat, and he tries to lap this one around. Doesn't make contact on wide. Signal by umpire Royden Cooper, who has been doing a fine job so far, Dwight.
Yeah, the umpires are having a really good day. Both of the umpires have been on the ball here today.
Marfrey into Descat. He drives back along the track. Okay. We in a bit will be going to Shanroe in a bit as Gary Marfrey bowling to Shadrach Descat. He bowls slow delivery and he swings it over square leg for 6. This one was slow delivery on leg stump, and Shadrach Descat waited on it and just swung it over square leg for 6. Taking the score to 109. And we take you over to Shanro in the stands.
Hey guys, Shanro, and I am in V4. And I'm kind of nervous, kind of heavy. I think I have anxiety. I think I need a piece of gum because guess what? It's finals. It's the final day. And right now, Mabouya is on field with Micoud Trailblazers. And Lord Jesus, we're never ready. It's going to be lit. And right after this, it's going to be Shozel Craft Masters versus the Avatar City Blasters. Guys, I don't know how I feel right now. I think I need to go to the hospital because I feel like I'm going to have really a bad case of diarrhea because let me tell you, it's going to be lit, guys. So let's get back to the field because things are happening.
So we're going back to live action. Gary Marfrey just making a change, field change. So he'll be bowling to Descat, and he comes, bowls. Quicker delivery down the leg side, and the keeper doesn't get for 2. And they will look for 3. And Dale Stanio not alert to the situation, and it's 2 wides. This one a quicker delivery down the leg side, and Richard Peter, the keeper, not being able to gather, and the batsman running for 2. So it's 112 for 3. Dale Stanio Marfrey bowls quickly again down, and he works it fine. That will go for 4. That's 4 more. Another quick delivery from Gary Marfrey, and Descat just tickling this one fine. Well, we're not picking up the Empire signaling wide, so 4 wide. So Descat trying to tickle this one fine, not making contact, but the wicket keeper not gathering again, and it went down to the boundary for 4 wides.
Gary Maffrey is not helping his keeper out by just firing these balls wide down the leg side. He's not helping the keeper. He's not giving the keeper a chance. And Gary Maffrey really needs to step up here today.
Yes, and Maffrey, that ball was clocked almost as quick as one from Sheldon Cottrell. So, Maffrey needs to think about it. Here he goes again. Bowls, slow delivery this time. Walks it into the onside. Smart cricket by Descott. Picks up a single. 118 for 3. Another 39 needed. So almost becoming a Sunday stroll. But in the game of cricket, you never know, Dwight. Shifting fortunes and glorious uncertainties. As Gary Mathur is in bowls to Dale Smith, and he cuts this one back on the point, going for a quick single. Hazel Shalry coming in but fumbling and home for the single. Bit of pressure on the fieldsman there. 119 for 3. So Gary Mathre thinking about it. He'll be bowling now to Shadrach Descott. Then comes the bowl. And it works again onto the onside. They'll be looking for 2. But Dale Stanyo just ambling down the pitch and the single. So probably Stanyo away is the last ball in the over. And said, okay, I'm happy to let you, Shadrach, take strike. You seem to be seeing the ball as big as a tractor. So you take strike. I'll be happy to give you some support.
Yeah, there is a possibility of 2 runs there, but Dale Smith absolutely not interested in coming back for the second one whatsoever. And the Micoud Trailblazers need a wicket here. If they are to go on to win this game, they would need to break this partnership as soon as they can.
Yes, definitely they would need to break this partnership. They need to get one of these 2 batsmen, especially Descott. If they get Descott out, that would be a plus. So don't forget the big game on next. Avatar City Blasters versus the Social Craft Masters. Single takes him on to 29 and the score to 121 for 3. So it's Bika to Dale Stanyo. He plays it into the cover region again. The man from the cover boundary runs in, picks up on 1 run. So they're doing it in singles now, Dwight. Easy.
Yeah, very intelligent batting from these 2 batsmen. That's all is needed right now. Just singles. It's just over 4 runs and over, so they could easily do it in singles here.
Okay, so it's Bika into Shadrach Descott, and he goes for a big hit and hits it into the pavilion for 6. So this one has pitched up on the leg stump, and Shadrach Theodore just launched it over mid-wicket easily for 6.
Yeah, another really good shot by Shadrach Descott. A ball onto his pads, and he just flicked that over mid-wicket for 6. The Renegades seems to be trying to finish this game as quickly as possible. Maybe the Icy Girls, they want to join the fun because they're really trying to finish this game as quickly as they can.
Yes, I would concur. I think the batting team looking to join the Icy Girls to show the rest of St. Lucia and the region how to party. So it's Bika to Shadrach. Full delivery, and he sits straight down the ground. And 4 more. This one with a full delivery. And Shadrach Descott just timing this one, hitting it back past the bowler in the air for 4.
Yeah, another very good shot there. Brendan Bika guilty of overpitching, bowling a full toss. Shadrach Descott just punching that straight back over the bowler's head for 4, and he moves on to 39 of only 18 deliveries there.
Yes, so I'll be see the Icy Girls shows what they're bad in.
So it's Bika from the top end. Let's see. He'll be bowling to Theodore. He tries to work it off the pads. Let's see if he has any bat in there. No, it's off the thigh pad. So leg by 133 for 3. As Shanro starts to prepare for the next. Shanro is starting to prepare for the next game. Very eager to prepare. She is now taken off the flag, and now she has just taken off a t-shirt as she bowled, and Sanya just tries to run it down. So she's getting ready to put on her Craft Masters shirt in support of the Craft Masters. So at the end of the over, it's 133 for 3. And some of the SPL workers are more fortunate. Some of the SPL workers are more fortunate than others, have the chance to support their team. While some of us just have to call it as we see it. So Dwight, stroll in the park now for the Renegades.
Yeah, what we thought would have been a very competitive score is turning out to be an absolute stroll in the park. They've batted quite well and they've been quite aggressive. It's true they've been aided by a few drop chances from the Trailblazers, but they've been doing quite well.
But we must also say the pitch has certainly flattened out a bit. As Kevin Augustine bowling to Shadrach Descat, and it's short and he just swings this one around. Let's see if he got any bat onto it. No, he didn't, so it came off the thigh pad. And one leg by. 134 for 3 as we continue to be hit by the sun. Heading downwards to the west. So 134 for 3. Kevin Augustine bowling to Dale Stanio, and he doesn't deliver. Royalyn Cooper signals dead ball. And maybe Ashlyn Edward will tell us what you think the crowd, she can estimate the crowd at this point in time. She said a couple hundreds have just come through the gate between the start of play and now. Everybody expecting the big clash, as it's Kevin Augustine to Stanio short, and he cuts this one down to him on the third man, and they go for a quick single. It's thrown at the non-striker's end, but Dale Stanio was hustling home, but he got there. The ball thrown off the track, and another single. 135 for 3. 22 more runs required. 22 more runs required. So it's Kevin Augustine. What can he pull out of the bag? Bowling to Shadrach Descat, and he cuts this one off the edge. It goes between the minor cover point and backward point for 4. So not well timed, but placing good enough, getting 4 runs.
Yeah, very good shot there. Kevin Augustine guilty of over-pitching, bowling a full toss outside the off stump, and Shadrach Descat just driving that one through the backward point area for another boundary.
Yes, so Shadrach Descat continuing to impress, and we said this the chance in which he received early on, 2 chances, certainly coming back to haunt the Trailblazers, as it's Augustine bowls with Shadrach, and he just dabs out in the offside. Egbert Henry picks up from backward point, and they go for a single. So good intelligent cricket being played. The partnership now 75. 75 runs for the the fourth wicket so far between Descartes and Stanio. So Kevin Augustine thinking what he could do to really reverse the trend. They really need to pick up some wickets and pick up some wickets very quickly. So it's Augustine bowling to Stanio. And Stanio trying to drive this one through the offside. Missing. So I heard a lot of persons on the outside was waiting to come in for the next game. It's Augustine bowling from the airport end. Bowling to Stanio. Stanio is on 20. Descartes is on 44. Bowls and Stanio is back. Defense into the offside. At the end of the over, 140 for 3, Dwight.
Yeah, they require for the 17 from as many as 7 overs with 7 wickets in hand. So it should be Renegades' victory here today. But the Craftmasters players and the Avatar City Blasters players, especially the batsmen, must be licking their lips to go out there and bat on such a flat wicket. The wicket looks to have dried out, and it looks to be where you could just literally close your eyes and swing through the line. It's that flat out there.
Yes, must say the pitch has definitely been a little different now, as we see the icy dancers. Certainly give him some excitement out there. So it's Hazel Shalry back from the top end. And he'll be bowling to Shadrach Descartes, who's on 44. He bowls short and he beats Gary Master at extra cover. The man from long off runs around to his right, picks up a strong throw to Hazel Shalry. Too strong a throw, Ted Mathre, but they pick up 2. 142. And it's almost a done deal for the Renegades. Dwight, do you think?
Yeah, the game is pretty much over, I would say. Just another couple boundaries and the game will be over.
And this one, Descartes just turns this one off the hip and picks up a single. We are waiting to see what colors are Ray going to pull out. So don't forget, Ray will be reporting for the Yo magazine as Shalby bowls. And they pick up a single, a cheeky single there. Score goes up to 144 for 3. Hazel Shalry to Shadrach Descartes. Bowls. And his swing. Oh, he's going to be caught by the keeper. Oh, he's dropped him! You must be kidding me. My goodness. It couldn't get any easier than that. It couldn't get any easier than that. Let's go back. Hazel Shalry bowling to Shadrach Descartes. Descartes trying to sweep this one. It took a top edge. The keeper, Richard Peter, only a couple yards to his right, and he dropped it.
You shouldn't drop this at that level.
At any level,
to be honest.
At any level. Not even at kiddie cricket. And this one outside the awesome short, and Stanio trying to cut this one, missing. To me, the last keeper I saw drop something, it was Drop Me Brown. So it's it goes straight down the ground. It goes to the left of the man at long off. They pick up a single. I don't know what the keeper's excuse is going to be to the captain. Maybe the sun was in his eyes. I really don't know, but really and truly, there are no excuses for this one, Dwight.
Yeah, you really couldn't drop these. The Micoud Trailblazers have actually dropped Sajak Descartes on 3 occasions, and he's making the most of it. It's a 48 of 25, so the Trailblazers actually put themselves in that situation by dropping so many chances.
Yes, definitely. Catches win matches. So they have not taken their chances. So they have nobody else but themselves to blame. So Augustine bowling from the road end. He's at the top of his mark now, running into bowl to Dale Stanio. Bowls short and he pulls this one around. It's gone down to the boundary. That's 4 runs. The fine leg is up. This was short from Augustine. And Dale Stanio just on the back foot, just helping this one around. And down to the boundary it goes for 4.
Another poor delivery there from Kevin Augustine, short down the leg side, and Dale Stanley just helping it past the short fine leg there for 4, and they move within to 7 runs of victory, just 2 hits, and the Renegades will be the 3rd place team in this year's CPL.
Okay, so the Renegades pin on these two is partnership of 85 now as he bowls. Down the leg side it goes, and wide, single by Empire. So what a time to lose it all. Kevin Augustine hit for 4, then going wide. Well, a while ago we could hardly have heard a peep out of the Mabouya supporters, but now we're hearing them. Augustine bowls so Stanio, and it's wide. Another wide, this time on the offside. Umpire Cooper calling wide. So another 5 runs. We hope we don't have a polar there, but it's only 50. It's only 50, not 100. So. So it's Augustine bowling to Stanio, and Stanio this one and he's even out. He's out. This one Stanio was on the back foot trying to work this one around, hit on the toe there, and an appeal, and umpire Cooper sends him on his way. So well played, 26 by Stanio. Partnership of 80 odd. And Stanio heads back to the pavilion. And the new batsman going in is Shulet, Magaran Shulet. So if only about 5 runs left for victory, the Renegades are losing the wicket of Stanio. Shadrach Descartes is on 48. Just 2 more for what will be a well played half century. And Descartes looking to get himself run out there. This one, Magaran was hit on the pad. And here was Descartes running down and trying to get a single, a non-existent single. And he had to get back, but the bowler, the fielder not releasing the ball. 152 for 4. Descartes eager to get to his 50. .152 for 4. Augustine bowling to Magaran, and he tries to hit this one to the offside. succeeded in hitting hard into the ground, but it's a no ball. So it's 153 for 4. Will McGarren hit it in one blow? Here he goes, Kevin Augustine to McGarren. It bowled him! But it was off a free hit, so he survives. A free hit and McGarren, Joseph not making use of it. 153 for 4. McGarren Shulet being bowled off a free hit. Can only be out of a free hit via the run out route. So Kevin Augustine bowling to McGarren Shulet, bowl, full delivery, another no ball, and throw into his end, and he just gets home. No ball. So another run. So it's 155. So Shadrach Descat needs 2 runs for his 50. The team needs 2 runs for victory. So let's see. And there well, still another 2 balls left in the over. So let's see what Shadrach Descat is going to do. So it's Kevin Augustine. You'll need a couple hat tricks to win it from here. So Augustine, 2 balls. It bowled him! My goodness, what was he trying? And again, it was off a free hit. But what was he trying there, Dwight Thomas?
Yeah, he's been batting really well, hitting the ball down the ground. I'm shocked to see him try that shot. But then again, it was a free hit, so he just took the opportunity to use the free hit by doing that. He knew he couldn't have gotten out, so.
Okay, but in a normal batting position, he could have worked that to the onside and gotten 2 runs.
Hopefully that does not cost him his half century.
Okay. So 2 more runs still to go. Shadrach Descat bowl off a no ball. McGarren Shulet bowl off a free hit. So there we go. It's Kevin Augustine to Shadrach Descat, and he places it into the onside. But he has now put himself in a position where it's the end of the over. So it's over, 156. So it's 1 run left. 1 run left for victory. And Descat is on 49. So we're into the 16th over. 1 run required for victory. One run required for victory. And he turns it off the hip there. 50 to Shadrach Descat. And victory to the Renegades. So Dwight, the Renegades at the end of the day made it look very easy.
Yeah, at the starting of the day, what we thought would have been a competitive score turned out to be a very easy chase for the Renegades. The Trailblazers did not hit themselves with their fielding, dropped numerous catches, also some poor fielding, ground fielding as well, but well batted by the Renegades, and a very good victory here today.
Yes, a good victory for the Renegades, 3rd position, and one would have thought that looking at the game, one could say that the poor out cricket by the Trailblazers might have cost them the game today.
Yeah, definitely. Even when they batted, I thought they were 10 runs short towards the end there when Sajak Descat came on, pegged them back before taking 4 wickets. They should have probably gotten 165. So they fell short with the bat towards the end, and in the field as well, they let themselves down.
Yes, so congratulations to the Renegades, third position. So the next game, the Avatar City Blasters, they take on the Chozel Craft Masters, and Dwight, this is expected to be a cracker.
Yeah, definitely. This has been the 2 best teams in the competition so far. So definitely, hopefully it's an exciting game. I know many a times the final has always disappointed. The big finals tend to disappoint, but hopefully this game goes down to the last ball here today. 2 very good teams going at it.
Yes, I think all the teams are really pumped up. The spectators are hoping that so it's all to play for in the big final. Okay, we can now watch the highlights. Take a catch, he takes a catch. A magnificent catch here by the fieldsman there. Lesmore, it looks like. Another good catch here by Lesmore. James was trying to hit this one over. They got somewhat of an outside edge, and Lesmore running in from the long of boundary took a diving catch. That was a fantastic catch, Dwight Thomas. I'll be round the wicket to Shadrach Descat. Oh, and he hits this one. He's going to be caught. Oh no, he's dropped it. This one straight to the man there at long off. Looks like Ted Mathre. Shoulder height, and he puts it down, Dwight.
That looked like a really easy catch there.
Stanyo. And Stanyo hits this one with so much ease. Into the parking lot it goes. And the man of Cyril Charles' pace cannot afford to bowl such half-trackers. And Dale Stanyo, despite the fact he hasn't made many runs, he's a very talented young batsman. Stanyo, he's dropped him. Well, I wouldn't say dropped him. So it's Bika to Stanyo. He just plays one into extra cover and going for a quick single. Has a shadow wicket, and had he hit there, it would have been cuttings for Stanyo. Ball into Descat. Short, and he pulls this one around. And it goes for 4. 4 runs. This one is short from Bika. And Descat was on the back for the weight in and hit it behind square down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, another poor delivery there from the Trailblazers.
This is Bika into Shadrach Descat. And he goes for a big hit. And hits it into the pavilion for 6. So this one is pitched up on the leg stump. Shadrach for delivery, and he hits it straight down the ground. And 4 more. This one with a full delivery. What can he pull out of the bag? Shadrach Descat, and he cuts this one off the edge. It goes between the marker point and backward point for 4. Okay. Goes, and he hits swing. Oh, he's going to be caught by the keeper. Oh, he's dropped him! You must be kidding me. My goodness. It couldn't get any easier than that. It now running into ball to Dale Stanyo. Ball short, and he pulls this one around. It's gone down to the boundary. That's 4 runs. The fine leg is up. It was short from Augustine, and Dale Stanyo just on the back foot, just helping this one around, and down to the boundary it goes for 4. Now we're hearing him. Augustine bowls. So it's Augustine bowling to Stanyo, and Stanyo this one, and he's even out, he's out. This one, Stanyo was on the back foot trying to work this one around, hit on the toe there, and an appeal, and umpire Cooper sends him on his way. There he goes, Kevin Augustine to McGarren. It bowled him! But it was off a a free hit. So Augustine to Shadrach Descat. Comes in, bowls. And he bowled him! My goodness, what was he trying? And again, it was off a free hit. But what was he trying there, Dwight Thomas? 1 run required for victory. And he turns it off the hip there. 50 to Shadrach Descat. And victory to the Renegades. So Dwight, the Renegades at the end of the day made it look very easy.
Yeah, at the starting of the day, what we thought would have a competitive score turned out to be very...
Balls up to the batting gun. It goes over the top. It goes, and it goes into the boundary. 1 bounce, 4 runs, 4 more runs, and this one he is pitching up to Serie. Shot outside, and he cuts this one through the cover point for 4, all along the ground. What a lovely shot there, Dwight Thomas. Bowling to Serie, and this one is short and makes a might, and he hits this one over cover point. And will it get down to the boundary? Yes, it does. 4 more runs. Another short delivery on our International Airport end, and he'll be bowling to Serie. And this one, he hits this one. He's going to be caught on the boundary. Yes, he is. And an easy catch by who's that? Shem Severin. Highest total here in the tournament so far at the Philip Master Ground as we shoot at bowls. And Peter is after hit this one over through extra cover. It goes 4 runs. McGarren Joseph pitching up this time on the off stump, and Richard Peter was after him. And Craig, I think Winnell Felix does a little bowling, I'm not sure. As McGarren, and he hits it straight to the man behind square. This one up on the leg stump, and Richard Peter was trying to heave this one over square leg. Probably hit high up on the bat, but it went straight to the fieldsman there at behind square. Who had to come here a couple paces, and for 5, Stanio bowls, and he tries to hit this, and that's gone for 6. That one hit over long off for 6. So Stanio was tossing this one up outside the off stump to long off, and it beats the man at long off and goes into the boundary for 4. Cyril Charles this time, left-handed Cyril Charles, and he hits it in the air. He's going to be caught. Oh, it's through the hands of the man there at long on for 6, and that is Shem Severin, who took a Shulet again to Cyril Charles, and this time he swats it over mid-wicket for 6. Swats it over mid-wicket for 6. This time another slow ball, another slow delivery from Shulet, but wide outside your stump. Bowling Garen series on 45. Bowl, and he swings this one, and that's gone. It's 6 runs over long on, and that's his 50. As we are saying, Dwight, what a better position to be in to get to your 50. Off to Cyril Charles, and he hits this one to the man at mid wicket. Wait, he will make a tumbling save. They're looking for 2, and they go for 2. Serie, another slow delivery high up into the air. It's gone onto the roof of the pavilion for 6. Another slow delivery there from Severin, and Serie making good use of it, hitting over the Shadrach Descat bowls to Cyril Charles, and he sinks it on high in the air. Somebody's calling for it. The bowler running all the way down to mid wicket, just about on the circle. Descat to Matra. Matra hits this one down the ground, and it goes through the man at long on for 4 to Augustine. Short, and that should be 6. Headed over over square leg for 6. Craig Emmanuel bowls to him. This one is full down the legs, and that's gone for 4 wides. 4 wides. This one was quick and down the leg side, and keeper Alex Joseph could get no way front. This one is full. Works it up, and they're looking for 2. There might be a run out, and he's giving him out. He's out. He's run out. He's bowling to Henry, and he just turns one off the pads there. They'll be looking for 2, but I don't think they will go for 2. No. Okay, we're here with the captain of the Micoud Trailblazers, Gary Mazra. Gary, 156 definitely looked like a winning total, but what went wrong in the end?
Yeah, but 156 was definitely a winning total, especially on a track like that. I don't think that we bowled particularly well. We didn't handle ourselves good in the bowling department. But then again, our fielding has let us down all throughout the tournament. We dropped one batter 3 times. And when you do that, you're only asking for trouble. There's no way you could win games by dropping catches. So we only have ourselves to blame for the games that we lost so far, that we lost in the tournament.
Okay, so that's the end of the road for you all, 4th position. But what do you think of the tournament?
I think it was a good tournament for our guys. You see, most of the guys have never been part of a semi-professional team before, so it's a learning curve for them. They're trying to be professional, and I think they enjoyed the tournament. I enjoyed the tournament. Hopefully, we'll build on for next year and come back stronger. We have a really good unit, so hopefully we could continue practicing throughout the year. We're going to try to do that. I'll try to see as many guys that we could keep, and then next year come back stronger. But we did do ourselves justice by coming up in the top 4.
Well, thanks for speaking with us, and all the best for next season.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, that was captain of the Micoud Trailblazers, Gary Mazre, picking up 4th position as we welcome Craig Emmanuel, the winning captain today. And Craig, a little turnaround from the last game where you lost today. 156 looked like a winning target, but your team was able to come over the line.
Well, definitely. Last game we were quite disappointed at our performance. I don't think we did ourselves and our talent justice. So this time coming around, we're quite hungry, and I'm happy that all of our guys who probably be earlier on in the tournament didn't come through first did today. So that was quite nice. Okay, you all have picked up 3rd position. What do you think? It's now the end of the road for you all because it's all over. But what do you think of the tournament, the SPL for this year? I think it was very exciting, first of all. I think also that a lot of untapped talent in St. Lucia has been showcased and exposed. So let's give a lot of opportunities to young guys that we in the cricketing fraternity have not heard about. So that's quite exciting, and looking forward to greater things next year, of course. Okay, well, congratulations for being the 3rd place team, and all the best in your selections and your team for next year. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, that was Craig Emmanuel, the captain of the winning team today. The Renegades winning by some 8 wickets. And we're going to call on the man of the match for today's encounter, Shadrach Desgat. He'll come to join us. He'll receive his trophy from the young lady. Okay, Shadrach, congratulations to you for your man of the match performance.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, we have heard a lot about you playing in St. Martin, and we are wondering when we would have seen the true Shadrach Desgat show up, and it did show up today.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks to the Almighty to make it possible. You know, starting in the tournament, I was a bit unlucky and disappointed, and came into this game today with a lot of confidence and hoping to finish the tournament on a high.
Okay, well, you did finish the tournament on a high. You picked up 4 wickets for 8 runs and getting a half century, certainly finishing on a high.
Yes, we worked very hard on the game before the tournament, and I still want to thank the Almighty for making it possible today.
Okay, so now is the end of the tournament for you. What next for Shadrach Desgat?
Hopefully another step forward, looking forward to making the national team and for fun.
Okay, well, congratulations to you again, Shadrach, and we hope to see you again next year, but also at the local level.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Yeah, that was Shadrach Desgat, who was the man of the match for today in the 3rd place playoff, picking up some 4 wickets for 8 runs, and also stroking a half century. So, as we leave you for the 3rd place playoff, where the Renegades are winning by 8 wickets, we get ready for the big match. The Avatar City Blasters up against the Shojal Craft Masters. Yeah, guys.
Right there.